Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. Good Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday to every single last one of y'all. I hope you guys are all doing well out there, enjoying your day. You know, the top of the week, some people say. Hopefully you guys are enjoying your Sunday. I wasn't planning on coming on today for various reasons, given the fact that it is Sunday. Let's just be completely straight funky. It's Sunday. It is the day for rest. It is a day for taking some time off and turning your brain off. My weekend has been insane, incredibly busy, but can't complain. You know, got to do some really dope things, make some more content for the show, got some interviews, knocked some interviews out, which was very, very exciting. Just to be completely honest on that. Got to sit down with somebody very, very special, which will be airing later on this week. So I'll be letting you guys know a little bit more about that when I get closer to being able to tell you about said interview that I had. Not only did I do Larry Reed, but I do have somebody else that I had very special on. And you can see some of these things, some of these hints and little breadcrumbs of what I've been doing. If you follow my Instagram, that's the Pascal Show, one word on Instagram, or if you go over to my Patreon, that's where I'm leaking all the stuff, behind the scenes footage, vlogs, you name it. Everything is over there, y'all. So please go over to patreon.com/the Pascal Show if you're ever interested in seeing what I got up my sleeves, because I got two arms. So it's not just one sleeve, it's two. So there's a cornucopia of tricks up these sleeves. Trust and believe, okay? If you haven't done it yet, I know some of y'all are starting to file in. I appreciate all y'all for coming in and being a part of the conversation. Please go hit that like button down below, okay? Most definitely crush that subscribe button if this is your first time checking out this show, wherever you are watching this, whatever platform. If you're watching this on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube, hit whatever you need to hit so that you are up to date, caught up, and can get to know when and what I am posting on a basically daily basis, y'all. Basically, okay? So please hit that subscribe button and all that stuff. It'll be greatly appreciated, okay? And of course, we do have that join button down below. Hit that. $4.99 a month. Help support this channel alone so that you guys can get your stories, your controversies, and your pop cultures and conversations for the day. It is Sunday, y'all. So if you're feeling this wonderful Sunday, please hit that like button. Send those positive vibes up as much as possible. We already have a super chat already hot and fresh out the kitchen. Thank you so much, Chris Mason, for the $5 super chat. Happy Sunday. Hope they find this guy quick. Too many people are missing in this country. I could not agree more. Jelani Day, we just talked about him on Friday. They had confirmed the body. Now they're wanting to know what happened to Jelani Day. And you know what? I'm going to be straight funky. I'd like to know too. I want to know what happened to, man. What happened to Jelani Day? Real talk. Why is he no longer with us? How did he leave? How did he move on? How was they say that maybe he took his own life. That's speculation as well. But of course, we were going to have to talk about that as well. Kelly Price is another conversation in itself as well. Summer Baby 88 just said that they are saying Kelly Price is still missing. Apparently, she still is. A lot of people shout out to Larry Reed. He's been playing full court press on that B, on that whole subject, the whole subject matter. Real quick, we're going to talk about those things for 2 seconds, okay? Kelly Price, real quick, we don't know what's going on. We only found out later through Larry Reed, by the way. Shout out to Larry Reed. He's the one who broke the story. Found out that she actually married her boyfriend / fiance, now husband, in Vegas, if I'm correct. Now, I could be missing, I could be saying the wrong things, not trying to say the wrong things, but at the same time, The timeline is weird. And then the now husband, isn't allowing family to go see her physically, to see that she's okay. So something's very weird. A whole lot of weird things are afoot, my brothers and sisters. It makes no sense. So just talking about that Kelly Price thing real quick, there's a lot of missing pieces in this story that don't make any sense. And it makes me wonder what the hell is really, really going on with Kelly Price. But we're not here to talk about Kelly Price, okay? We are here to talk about Brian Laundrie and the Gabby Petito situation. As we know right now, Gabby Petito's funeral, if I'm correct, is today. They also said that they are not going to be live streaming her funeral. All right. They're not going to live stream the ceremony. And you know what? I don't blame them. This is a time only for family and friends, close family, family and close friends. And that's it. That's what I truly believe on that. I don't think that this has to do with the rest of the world. The rest of the world can sit there, know that the funeral is going on, say their prayers, do whatever they need to do to say their goodbyes to this woman that obviously touched the world, at least touched the country. But at the same time, we don't all know her. We don't personally know her. I'm just saying. So out of respect to the family and close friends, I think that was the best idea. Instead of having everybody and their mama all up in it, saying crazy stuff, trolling the live feeds and all that stuff. So I think it was a smart move on their side, just to be completely straight funky with y'all. But there's a bunch of stuff that we need to talk about, okay? You see the title. Obviously, the search is still going on. We are going to be pulling some things up to talk about the search. There has been some crazy, there's been some crazy stuff going off that I thought was absolute trash. I mean, there's been so many sightings that have been going on like crazy. And like I said, I get it. Everybody and their mama wants to know what the heck is going on, where he is. Is he in Florida? Is he in Mexico? Is he in Toronto? There are so many different stories, so many different sightings. But like I said, it feels like since we are in fall season right now, I feel like it's bald, skinny white guy season. And everybody who has a beard, is white, and is bald is a prime suspect. There have been drone footage flying over where they suspect where he is, right? And the funny thing is they're going, ooh, this blotchy little, gray blob in the corner. That's Brian Laundrie. Really, y'all? Really? Really? You really think that's him? A blob? Can't you see there's an arm and a leg and a forehead? And can't you see the white backpack? I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude, but at the same time, I understand the need to find this man. I totally get it. But when you just grasping at straws, it's like, nah, I don't need no pixelated footage that was zoomed in 16,000 different ways, right? For me to suddenly say, oh, that him. It could be a bush. It could be a rock. We don't know. We don't know. Until I actually see a full-on photo of this man's ass, I'm still going to think this man is on the run. Let me show you this video really quick because there is a piece that I wanted to show you guys, of course, because like I said, the hunt is still going on. We are still looking for this man. And understandably, people are out here wondering where the hell he at. But let's let the news tell us a little about what's going on here. One second, guys. Blammo. Like I said, we got a bunch of clips to look through, y'all. So buckle up, get comfortable, get yourself that tea. It's not noon yet, so but not noon where I am. So wherever you are, if you're doing a little, little day drinking, if you're brunching right now and chilling, by all means, get comfortable, pull up a seat. Let's get into it.
Laundrie family attorney says Brian left his home here without his phone or his wallet, and his folks are concerned that he might hurt himself. Today, the search continues in unforgiving terrain for Brian.
We're looking through wooded areas. We're looking through bodies of water. We're looking through swampy areas, and we're deploying the resources to be able to do that. We have air units, we have drones, we have the swamp buggies, air boats, multiple law enforcement agencies.
Brian reportedly went into the 25,000-acre Carlton Reserve last Tuesday, 75% of which is underwater. Conditions are challenging. It's hot and wet, not to mention finding food, water, and shelter. The expert we spoke with says if Brian is still out there, he's probably in a world of pain. 8 on Your Side is speaking with a self-proclaimed outdoor expert who says he's been through survival school and he knows what Brian is up against is tough.
I think by now, he would be in such discomfort, he would give himself up because he's going to want food, he's going to want shelter. I'll be surprised if he's there, and if so, I'll be surprised if he was alive.
Like, real talk, I just want to roll this back really quick. There was a video that I saw on Reddit, okay, where they showed a zoomed in. There's a reason why I'm hovering over this still right here. They literally, I'm not kidding you, we're looking at footage from something that this far away almost, saying, oh, they think they found a sighting of Brian Laundrie under a tree. Like, come on, y'all. Let's be straight funky here. You think you could find Brian Laundrie in this kind of footage? I'm just curious. Now, I understand technology is amazing. Okay, technology is a beast, and I guarantee you, if they were to fly really low and get real close, sure, they can find some stuff. They can find somebody, sure, probably find a needle in a haystack. But you're flying up, and then they zoom in, and they just do a big extreme zoom in, and they go, oh, there he is. How do you know? That could be anything. It's like one big blotchy video, all pixelated and stuff. Come on, you see what I'm saying? I want to see it in full Technicolor. I want to see it in 4K. Not just like you know what I mean? Not some blotchy Sasquatch, Loch Ness Monster, UFO type photo. You feel me? It just doesn't make sense. Let's continue.
So I'd be surprised if he was alive.
And here's a live look at some flowers and signs just outside the Laundrie family home. Those signs of Gabby's face saying, I was once here. The search continues today for her fiance, Brian Laundrie. Reporting live.
Right. Brian Laundrie, as we know, is still on the loose. He's still out here running around, running amok, acting a damn fool up in these swamps or in Mexico having a beer. Or in Toronto, eating something Canadian. You know what I mean? So the thing is, as we already know, in my personal opinion, you've heard my theories, and I'll keep theorizing like crazy. My theory is parents had something to do with his disappearance. Now, I've heard other things where somebody else thought that maybe that the parents may have taken care of him as well. There is that theory as well. I don't agree with it. I call cap on that. Big time. I call cap on that. But at the same time, the options are endless. All right. We are going to get into some other pieces of this story. Obviously, we have been seeing some other stuff developing, showing, for example, Dog the Bounty Hunter. Yeah, that's really happening. Dog the Bounty Hunter, reality star, Dog the Bounty Hunter, has been found knocking on the Laundrie's door. Now, of course, before we jump into that, hold on, let me get this up really quick. One thing that I find weird is now he's involved. Let's take a look at this video. Like I said, there's some videos. Like I said, we got a lot of videos to look at, a bunch of different clips and all that stuff. But this is the video of him showing up to the Laundrie's crib. Okay. There he is. Obviously, there's no sound to this video, but it's him going up to the door, knocking on the door. Which, by the way, one thing I find very, very strange is why would somebody, because obviously they have a deck, like a screened in enclosed deck. It looks like there's no doorbell. Why wouldn't he just go through the deck and knock on the actual front door? That's just me. Right? Because the way he's knocking on this door seems very, very light. He's just knock, 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 knock. And do you think they're going to hear that if they're watching TV, if they're hovering around their TV, trying to make sure that they're not getting cops pulling up in their crib? I'm just saying it doesn't make sense, right? I'd say F it, go through the thing, knock on the front door, the actual front door. And the other thing is he wearing a wig? Are those extensions? Inquiring minds would like to know. Look at that hair. Is that real? That can't be real. That can't be real. But anyway, gently knocking on their chamber door. You know what I'm saying? A rapping on their chamber door. Little Edgar Allan Poe for your asses. Does this make sense? For a bounty hunter, I'm surprised. I figured he'd be going through the thing. Bap, bap, bap. You know what I mean? Dog the bounty hunter. Whatever he needs to say while he's throwing out the N-word. Don't think we forgot about that, y'all. But anyway, he's pulled up in the crib, all up in the cut, chilling, gently rapping on their chamber door and not doing anything. But, of course, they stop him and they ask him some questions. So we're going to look at that too. They asked him a whole bunch of questions. He had a lot. The expert of catching people had some things to say.
Because I lost a daughter at about the same age, I know what the parents feel like, okay? And you want justification. You want the guy behind bars. All of it's alleged that he even committed the murder. But circumstantially, it looks like he did. You know, the strongest lead I see is that one of her friends said he had been in the Appalachian Mountains by himself for a couple months. Now, he's not just a camper then. He is a outdoorsman. So in order to do that, I think because of his age, he felt comfortable. If there's anywhere right now that looks the hottest, that could be the area. It all depends on the picture they got of him the other day where they're hunting now. If really that was him, no one has said that. If not, Appalachian Mountains is the best, but it covers several states. So where did he go in at? That's where you start your tracking point. From right when he went into the mountain with dogs. They've got so much infrared. I mean, they're going to catch him.
Now, he ain't wrong. From the best friend, from Gabby Petito's best friend, from her own mouth, she has said, and other people have said this as well, that Brian Laundrie has gone off and just lived off the fat of the land and has survived for a long time by himself in the wilderness. He's an outdoorsman. This man is not a novice when it comes to surviving out there. I mean, he is a real life Bear Grylls. You know that show? Man versus no, it's not. No, that's a Food Network show. You know what I'm talking about? The one where he just gets dropped out of the sky in some random spot, and he teaches everybody how to survive in that wilderness, in that specific spot. You know, the harsh realities of nature type ish, and he'll sit there and eat catch a salmon, you know, with his bare hands, and then literally eat it right there live on the show, going, "Oh, this is very good for you," and then you know what I mean? Just saying. Then later on, when they cut filming, they go to the Benihanas down the street. That's another conversation in itself. But see, this man is hella. He's well-versed in the art of living out in those wilderness streets. Let's keep it straight funky. So you're telling me that the parents left with Brian Laundrie with their camper for 4 to 7 days, they say, something like that, 5 to 7 days. They took off, let's just say, for a week. You don't think that there's enough time for them to drive up to the Appalachian Mountains, drop their kid off, and say, good luck to you? I don't want you to get in trouble, son. We don't want you to get locked up. Good luck, son. And just leave him out there in the Appalachian Mountains, because that's his natural habitat. He's used to that ish. He can live off of basically nothing, right? So dog here ain't wrong. His theories ain't wrong, y'all.
You know, the only reason I would doubt if he's in the swamp is they've been hunting it really good, okay? And I'm not sure that was him in the picture. You know, they was blurry, blah, 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 like kind of an old bank robbery.
He's talking about the video. He's actually talking about the still that I was talking about. The drone shot, like where they're just literally grasping at straws, y'all. Real talk. They're grasping at straws. It ain't him. It's probably a bush, y'all. It's probably a rock. You know, probably a formation of just everything. Dirt, whatever. Twigs.
Picture, right? But you couldn't really tell if that was him. Now, if that was him 100%, he's in the swamp. Okay? And then, so he moves in the night, and he probably sleeps up in the day. Now, the FBI has ultraviolet light tracking. Remember the Boston bomber? How they found the kid in the boat when they went over and the tarp was over him? They've got that. So I'm sure they're using that to cover with drones. I mean, he can't cover with mud. It's not Arnold Schwarzenegger. He can't cover with anything. He's going to light up. You know, I don't think he went to New York, or there's been a couple rumors he might have went to Mexico. I've been to Mexico. So if he's down there wanted, a white boy that doesn't know Spanish, the cartel's going to grab him for the reward. So no, he's not down there. You know, I don't think. Who knows? I've had to eat my words before. Sounds.
Have you, dog? I'm sorry. He did it himself. He did it to himself. I had to. Okay, moving on.
Like when they got into argument, she screamed a lot. Now, if he's out in that tent, your voice will go, what, 2 miles? And she's screaming. What if he put his hand over her mouth to shut her up and killed her?
That's a theory.
Or did he do it worse? It all depends. The autopsy report is out, I believe, how she died, okay? That's going to be your murder death penalty sentence.
Hold on 1 second. Did I just hear him say that the autopsy's out? Because by the way, I watched this and I yesterday, last night, and you know, of course, you know, I'm thinking about, literally I was watching this late last night. And I was in my head, I was like, man, should I just jump on it live and do a really, really late night show? But then I was like, no, I'm good. I'm going to do this tomorrow morning when I'm, you know, fresh-ish, you know, Sunday, you know what I mean? But I was literally going, did he say that there's an autopsy report? And then we tried to look it up. I tried to look it up. I didn't see anything about no autopsy report out there. Now, if I'm wrong, please tell me if I'm wrong. And if you have a link to it, I want to see it for myself. But I have not seen an autopsy report. But I'm rolling it back because I want to make sure, did my ears deceive me or not?
Her mouth to shut her up and killed her. Or did he do it worse? It all depends. The autopsy report is out,
and it's not.
Believe how she died, okay? That's going to be your murder, death penalty sentence. So how do you say it could have been an accident? You know, the guy that killed my daughter in a car wreck, right? He passed too, but it was an accident. How do you say that? So, but right now we got to hunt him as a wanted fugitive. So the reason I went to Mr. Laundrie is because I carry a reputation with me. See me every night on Pluto TV. The reputation is he gives you a second chance. He gonna get you, but he gives you a second chance. So I thought, wow, the dad's gonna, you know, see me and crack, and I know the kid knows me, probably one of my fans. So I thought the dad would answer and talk, but I was very persistent without disturbing the peace and knocked a few times so they saw it was me.
Okay. I have some theories, y'all. I have some theories about this, about why Dog the Bounty Hunter is getting involved with this ish, but you just heard it a little bit ago. Little seed. But let's continue.
And I didn't play nasty and put a copy of the warrant on their front door. None of that. I was very respectful. And the dad can still reach out to me through social media. Let's get the kid captured alive. Alive. So the next step that I have is to, now we work off leads, okay? We don't have a crystal ball where we can say, oh, there's where he's at. Well, now we work off leads. Somebody knows something. Somebody else knows where he's at, where they dropped him off at, or did they drop him off? That person is going to call us. Because again, we're not the police. This is anonymous. We don't have to tell. We are willing to go to extreme measures to find him, whether it's in Mexico, I've got connections there, or anywhere. I think, again, that he's young enough, not an experienced criminal, but what is his greatest experience? Okay, outdoorsman. That's what he does the best. I don't think he can shoplift and live in the city and be on the run and, you know, sleep at cheap hotels. I think that he is what's in his blood. He's in them hills. On a 1 to 10, he's probably a 6 compared to the outdoorsmen and some of the guys that I've captured. Okay, those 2 New York guys, the one that killed the other guy was 10 minutes behind him. That's good stuff. So this guy's not experienced like that. We get.
Did you see how he's kind of getting off on that? I'm sorry, I'm going to roll that back. I didn't mean to interrupt his banter. Hold on.
10 minutes behind him. That's good stuff.
That's good stuff.
So this guy's not experienced like that. We get a scent of a trail. We get a scent, he's done. He's not going to hide in the trees and dig a cave and all that. He's got a small tent, maybe a knife, because he's got to stay out in the open. Hope parents didn't give him anything else to protect himself. How's he eating? Got to kill the game. So, you know, just don't walk up on him and say, hey, you're wanted, freeze.
So I'm gonna replay a little bit so you guys can see this. But, you know, I have my theories. I definitely have my theories. I mean, that's some good stuff, right? Here are my theories. I think this is only for his own financial gain. Dog the Bounty Hunter. I'm sorry for throwing any shade. I'm just speaking from the heart. Right here from the heart right now. Okay? So real quick, before I say anything further, please, guys, hit that like button. I see over 800 souls watching this show right now as we speak. Please, from all different platforms. So please, do me the nicest favor in the world. Can you send those likes all the way past 200 likes? I see all y'all watching this show. I don't usually do a Sunday show at all, but I'm on right now so we could talk about all this. I will be opening up the phone lines in a little bit because I would love to hear your thoughts on this video chat and the phone number as well, just to give you guys up, and to my magnificent, amazing mods, just a heads up. But I see a bunch of y'all watching right now. Send those likes all the way up. Send them all the way up, please, because we're going through some things today. We're going to talk about some stories We're going to agree. We're going to disagree. We're going to do everything, all that at the same damn mother-loving time. So, and if you haven't done it yet, hit that like button, of course, but of course, hit that subscribe button, okay? We are covering this story and a lot of other stories right here on this platform called The Pascal Show. So please do me that small favor. Crush that subscribe button. Okay, my thoughts. Hate to do that. Shameless plug. I got to. You know, this is how I live. This is how I eat. So thank you guys for the getting past 200 likes already. You guys are amazing. I love y'all. Y'all amazing, fam. Here it is, y'all. Dog the Bounty Hunter, and I see a super chat. I'm gonna make sure I get that. Okay, Candace, hold on one second. Dog the Bounty Hunter, I think, is running after the money. He's running after the bag. Let's keep it real. Instead of him sitting there going, if he really cared about this, like, I get it. He gets off on this stuff. Like, this is why he does this for a living. He likes the chase. He likes this. Once he smells blood, he's like, ooh, once he smells a scent, he's just like, ooh, that's the good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So he loves this. But he also has a show that he needs to promote. By the way, it's on Pluto. Did you know that? That's exactly what he did. That's exactly what he said in that 5-minute video. Instead of him just being like, I'm just concerned about taking care of this case, catching this man and bringing him to justice. He goes, no, by the way, I do have this show and this is what we do and blah, blah, blah. Who's to say that he isn't just jumping on the wave, jumping on the bandwagon to get this thing moving, to get his show a little jolt? By the way, he was on I hate this word, but he was on the cancel culture block, chopping block. He was on the cancellation block a couple years ago because of some things he said. That's why I was saying, the words that I was saying earlier, because he had said some things where he felt like he got the N-word card. That's another conversation in itself. But wouldn't this be the perfect opportunity for him to get his face back into the news, back into the pop culture zeitgeist? So everybody goes, oh, yeah. Remember that crazy looking guy with the weave? I mean, the long ass hair? Yeah, he's like a canine or a wolf or some dog. Oh, dog. Yeah, dog the something hunter. Next thing you know, yeah, he's got a show on Pluto. Think about it, y'all. Think about it for 2 seconds. I hate to be that. I'm not trying to drink. I ain't drinking the haterade, okay? I'm just trying to keep it straight funky. And I keep saying I was born during the day. I wasn't born yesterday. And I feel like all of this is an opportunity for publicity. And I feel like one of the people that started it to jump on this wagon is John Walsh as well. But at the same time, I feel like a part of me does feel like he's doing this for a good reason. Like he is doing it because he wants to catch this man. But he does have a show at the same time. And he says, sir, I'm going to be covering this story on my show as well. You don't think that Dog the Bounty Hunter didn't see this and go, you know what? I'm going to rip a page out of John Walsh's book, out of this chapter of John Walsh, copy and paste this ish with my own flair and weave and do the same damn thing. You know for a fact he went up to the door, knocked on the door for a very specific reason. We ain't dumb. We weren't born yesterday, like I said. That is such a thing, to knock on a door that nobody answers to. Then he's getting pulled over right now to tell his thing, to speak his mind on this whole situation. By the way, I got a show on Pluto TV. But I love the smell of the hunt. I love the scent, that musk. I'm just saying it out loud. Not trying to be a jerk, but I'm here to be the skeptic. I'm here to be the one to skepticize, for lack of a better word or term. Okay? Sorry. Not sorry. Okay? But we got to go into some other things. John Walsh had some things to say too. So we can't not show what he said. Now, here's the thing. I do believe that John Walsh comes from somewhere where there's understandably deep-seated anger. That there is a place from his experience. He lost a child due to something like this. Not like this, but something close to it. He lost his own son. His son was murdered. And that would piss any person off. That there would be deep-seated, rooted anger in my blood. And it would be like Batman, like Bruce Wayne. He swore his life to fighting crime and avenging his parents, right? So I feel like that's the same thing with John Walsh. He has this deep-seated anger. And this particular situation is just hitting different for him. It's just hitting different for him. Or it's hitting the same spot, that same place where the anger is chambered up for his son as well. Let's take a look at this video. Like I said, there's a video in here I don't entirely agree with what he says here, but let me grab these super chats because somebody just said, "Hey, bro, look at the super chats." Let me grab those really quick, and then I'm going to show you guys this video. 900 souls, over 900 souls collectively in the house. Y'all, please hit that like button down below. Send these likes past 300 likes. That would really mean a lot. Unfortunately, I can't pull up these super chats live, but Heath, Toyani, hopefully I'm sorry if I'm destroying your last name. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. It says Pascal is the man, y'all. Heart. Thank you so much. Or all love. Sorry, all love. Pascal's the man. All love. Thank you again. Thank you. Candace Cullen, a $5 or $5 Canadian dollars. A hiker worth his salt will have things like a life straw, a tiny emergency cook stove, granola bars, dried fruit, and oatmeal can go a long way. Absolutely. If he's rationing that stuff out, and I'm not sitting here saying that I'm some outdoorsman, that I know, the rules and the way of the outdoor samurai. But I know for a fact that if you are rationing, you don't have a whole lot on your body, meaning like you're skinny. Let's be real. If you're skinny, so you don't need to intake as many calories, and you see what Brian looks like. He's a string bean. He's the size of my pinky, y'all. He a baby. He baby weight. Okay. He doesn't need as much in his body. Me, I'm a tall, big dude. I need a lot to keep my body moving, to keep fueling my body. He could go with a low amount of food, and not need to rely on that kind of sustenance because his body's smaller. So he can survive more, y'all. He can last longer. And again, there has been stories where his family has said he has gone off and lived off the land for weeks, y'all. So he's accustomed to this. He's used to this. He eats when he's hungry, and he travels, and he doesn't need to do as much. He doesn't need as much of a caloric intake as, say, me. He's trained his body that much. He has traveled and has camped and has done all this stuff so much. Just saying. He doesn't need much, y'all. He really doesn't need much. So again, thank you so much for all of the super chats. Candace ain't wrong. Okay? She ain't wrong. Probably he could go sit there and have, go one granola bar a day and walk miles and have no problem with it because he's trained his body that way. That is a possibility. And I know that could be a stretch in my mind, that's a stretch. I like to eat. You know what I'm saying? I like food, right? I don't think I could go with a granola bar and just keep walking miles. That's insane for me. That sounds insane. But there's some people out there that can actually do that ish because they don't need to burn as much calories. The Real Ren just said, I can fast for days, man. Let me tell you, Real Ren, I give you mad props because I couldn't do it. I'd be like, is there a Domino's? Is there a Pizza Hut? Shoot, I'll even take Papa John's, bruh. Just what's up? Come on, man. Just give me something. Just give me something. I need something. But let us pull up this thing with John Walsh. I wanted you guys to hear this because, like I said, he is angry. Understandably, he is angry. All right? Understandably, John Walsh feels some type of way. But there's some stuff that he says in here I don't entirely agree with. Let's go.
I gotta say one thing to all the viewers in that area. Swatting is against the law. It's dangerous. People get killed. Whoever called 911 to send the cops there because they heard a gunshot, they're going to trace your phone. They're going to go back to you and you're going to do some time. It's a horrible thing.
No kidding, right? Terrible.
So,
just terrible.
Let me give you an update. We had at least 3 times more phone calls than we've had on any fugitive. This is the 3rd season of In Pursuit. We've caught 26 guys. We've recovered 8 missing kids. So people are watching the show. It's amazing. And many people said they saw.
See the plug? See the plug? Moving on.
You and I together for a couple nights and said, I watched and I got off the couch and I'm looking at this list here. We got about 500 tips and from everywhere. People thought that they'd spotted them in Portugal. The world's a smaller place and I've caught the 1,422 guys I caught. They were, some of them I caught in the craziest places, 45 countries. So people texted us or called in from all over Portugal, all over. People are talking about Cuba, but the good tips, 15 tips we had was what I had said, that the dirty laundry mom and dad and the Johnny Cochran lawyer that you talk about, Stephen Bertolino, who I hope he knows he's going to burn in hell for hiding all this stuff and giving all kinds of red herring tips to the police. He's the mouthpiece. And I know about client privilege and Fifth Amendment. I've been doing this for a whole long time, but boy, he knows a lot that he's not talking about. But anyways, many of the tips were my theory that they somehow, when he got home from the trip and he didn't say anything to anybody for 10 days, this is not, and I know your lawyers are nervous, this is John Walsh's opinion, has been doing this and caught 1,422 of uncatchable guys that the cops could never catch. So I got a little bit of experience, but when he got home, they scrubbed the van, he and his family, the dirty laundries. And I'm sure the FBI didn't find anything in the house. And during that time, they planned how to get him out. So Daddy bought a camper top, a little white camper top. It's still in the driveway. And the neighbors who really only said it the other day, I was waiting in line on Fox News to talk to Martha McCallum, and the neighbors walk out and say, we were so surprised that, about 3 days before Gabby's parents filed the missing persons report, 3 or 4 days, they didn't remember when it was exactly, that Brian and the father put the camper top on the red pickup truck, packed.
And off they went.
Off
they went. Strangely enough, on September 11th, the day that, Gabby was reported missing. John, let me ask you something real interesting about a development today. Brian Enton just reported that this woman drove 60 miles to the Laundrie house. She doesn't know them. She didn't know Brian. She didn't know Gabby, but she came to knock that stake with those pictures of Gabby saying, I once lived here. And I think what's so critical about this, how this ties to you, is that these are people who care. They're the people who pick up the phone and they call you. They're the people who check their Ring cameras. They're the people who check their Drive cameras. And are you getting people like that who just feel an emotional connection to the story?
Huge. We haven't had this much attention since Elizabeth Smart. And when the FBI gave up and told the Smarts that she was dead in the desert and they should have a memorial, I never gave up. I profiled her 17 times and a couple in Sandy, Utah, with the description I gave of the guy that took her. But it is people. So I want to finish about the leads. I believe that They left off in the pickup truck. They went northwest over the panhandle of Florida. And then Steve Berlino gets in it on Tuesday and says he's out in the desert and in the swamp, and they're worried, and they found his car. How did they find his car in a 60,000 acre swamp? And we left a message, Brian, if you're killing yourself or thinking about it and you're hurt. And then they said, and we went back on Thursday and we got the car. And then Bertolino didn't call the Friday. So I think they bought this guy 9 days. He had a big head start. So I say, now with all the chaos at the border, I caught 45 guys in Mexico. They drove them north over the panhandle, wherever a little trip across Louisiana and Alabama first, then Louisiana. With all the chaos on the border, he could have walked with a monkey suit on across. You can walk into Mexico. There are no border patrol of Mexican border patrol or customs or anything like that in most of the border. So we got a lot of tips. We got 15 tips that people had spotted him. And then that picture shows up in Mexico at a restaurant. I'm pretty sure that's not him. But I believe he was, after the camper trip, he was never there. And Bertolino kept feeding the cops bullshit like he did today about the wallet and all the crap. So
he is not wrong. Like, I feel like he's mathing this together right. I've said in a couple other shows before, the math ain't mathing right with this whole situation. And I feel like his timeline, what John is putting together right now, makes a lot of sense. Now, here it is. Let me say this really quick. I do appreciate his passion. I do appreciate his efforts. But this also is his job. Just saying. And I understand that piece too. We all got to eat. And he found his calling, right, through a tragedy. He has turned his tragedy, his own personal tragedy, into something not only just positive, but also profitable, right? But I will say, I understand that this is part of the job. It is Hollywood. Let's keep it real. But let's continue. He's got more to say.
Let me tell you. Okay, quickly, I got to fit in a break, though. Okay, just wrap this one up and I'll fit in a break. And I want to ask you about Bertolino, something new that's arrived.
Okay, I got a tip today from Freeport in the Bahamas. And a lady there believes she spotted him, and she thinks that she said, there's never a white guy looked exactly like this guy walking in our neighborhood. You can take a ferry from Fort Lauderdale to the Bahamas, and all you have to do is have your have a vaccine proof that you don't have COVID, show your passport, and then you get on boats. Used to be days guys used to go down to St. Thomas because of American Protectorate. So these lady in the Bahamas in Freeport says, I swear I saw him. And I thought, oh boy, if he got on a boat somewhere, they paid somebody off, then he's going to be hard to find. But the other great tips were Appalachian Trail. One of Gabby's friends called this afternoon and said, I don't know why the cops don't know this. I told him that Brian brags about how he lived on the Appalachian Trail for 3 months in a tent and out of his backpack. So we got 10 tips from the Appalachian Trail. Northwestern corner, panhandle corner of Florida, possibly into Mexico, Appalachian Trail. And I hope he doesn't got on a boat in Freeport somewhere. They paid somebody to take him to another island. I used to work in the Bahamas. I was a hotel builder. So we've got some wonderful...
Those are fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. Okay, I'm going to fit in a break. After the break, I'm going to read something for our viewers. It's a statement from the Laundrie's lawyer, and it said about that arrest warrant. It said it's related to activities occurring after the death of Gabby Petito. Wait a minute. How on earth would the Laundrie's lawyer know when Gabby Petito died? Because no one else knows. Maybe the police, maybe the coroner, but certainly not an innocent person who had nothing to do with it. When we come back, we are drilling down on that statement and what it means. We're going to have more about John Walsh's plan to catch Brian Laundrie and get justice for Gabby Petito when we return.
Crap. Hold on. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Gotta love this stuff.
Who is the lawyer for the Laundrie family. At first glance, I was a bit annoyed by it because it felt a bit heartless. It said when, the arrest warrant went out for Brian Laundrie, this came out, and it said, it's my understanding that the arrest warrant for Brian Laundrie is related to activities occurring after the death of Gabby Petito, and it's not related to her actual demise. Well, I thought that was heartless and it was tone deaf. But then I realized, wait a minute, it's a lot more than that. how on earth could Stephen Bertolino or the Laundrie family know when Gabby Petito died? Because none of us knows when Gabby Petito died. I haven't heard it. The police haven't said anything. It is not public. I don't know that the coroner knows it. I don't know at all whether we will ever know the time of death. So I am astounded that he seems to think this arrest warrant is relating to August 30th and September 1st, that period of time, and it's after Gabby's demise. What on earth does this tell you?
Well, let's hear what John has to say. But isn't that crazy, though? Why would the lawyer go out of his way to say that, right? Why would the lawyer go and say something like that? Like, obviously, maybe they disclosed some information. Maybe the family disclosed some information, obviously in confidentially to the lawyer. But maybe the lawyer is that dumb. Maybe the lawyer is really that dumb. The possibilities, there are many possibilities here. But I see a bunch of y'all in here, 1,700 people in the house. Please send those likes, man. Send those likes all the way up, please. I would love to see it go past 500 likes. That would really mean a lot to me, okay? So please send those likes all the way up. Let's hear what John has to say here.
Tells me what I've been saying to you for the whole week and everybody else. There's a special place in hell for Stephen Bertolino. He's doing the Johnny Cochran, O.J. Simpson, I'm going to get this kid off and get my 15 seconds of fame. He's been colluding with the family. Now, this is all my own opinion. So when it comes time to get him for doing this and giving all these red herrings and sending these cops into the swamp to waste hundreds of thousands of dollars, he's going to say, I didn't know what would happen. It's lawyer-client privilege. But he knew that kid was gone. He knew that kid was out there. And of course, he left his wallet because his family gave him cash. You don't take your wallet with you when you're on the run. They bought him burner phones so they can't ping off the towers. He's got plenty of 2 or 3 cell phones somewhere. They got him supplies and they gave him a bunch of cash. And the lawyer knows that, and he'll swear, oh, you can't arrest me for aiding and abetting. The dirty Laundrie's father and mother, they know exactly what went on, and they drove that kid somewhere where he could run. And that lawyer got on the phone last Friday and lied to the police.
This is evidence, right? Like, this is evidence. A lawyer's statement that says these charges for bank fraud that pertain to allegedly, Brian Laundrie using Gabby Petito's ATM card, and we don't know if it's hers or not, but it sure sounds like it because he had the PIN, according to the feds. How on earth would the lawyer for the Laundries know anything about the time of death? I mean, honestly, I would be right now, if I were in the federal office of the FBI in Denver, I would be laminating the statement from the lawyer saying that this happened after Gabby's death. How on earth would the Laundries know when Gabby died?
The lawyer done mucked the F up. That's my personal opinion. The lawyer done mucked up. Mucked up like a mother mucker. Yeah. Just saying. This is bad. Not the greatest look. Period. By the way, please, if you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe button. All right. We are covering this story quite a bit. So please, by all means, send those subscribe numbers all the way up as well. That'd be greatly appreciated. Keep hitting that like button. We're about to have a conversation today.
How?
They're the dirty Laundries, and I just can't believe how they pulled off so many red herrings. The kid got away. He got away. Matt, let's give him the benefit of the doubt that they took him somewhere before Gabby's parents filed a missing persons report. And they scrubbed everything, and they gave him everything he needed to stay on the run. They know where they let him off. And this lawyer knows that he's dealing with a dirty guy, but he's going to say this, and you're a lawyer, and you were a good one, Ashley. He's going to say, well, everybody has to have a defense. Well, I don't know how he can sleep at night because this is a beautiful girl. This is maybe 100 pounds, a battered woman, a domestic abuse victim. Those cops could have saved her life. You're showing that video, and it's so sad. They're a beautiful family. She lived in the house. How could these people not call her family and say, we're going to do everything to help you find her when she was missing until they found the body? When people clam up and they don't talk to the media, they don't talk to the cops, it puts one big old mark on their head, guilty. Now with this warrant, this is fantastic because now any federal, state, or local cop can look for this guy and put the collar on him. It's not just the FBI. And the FBI needs time to build this case. I talked to the stepfather's friends yesterday, and they said, we're out here, we're going to bring Gabby home. And I said, listen, let that forensic pathologist, don't worry if it takes him 3 or 4 days. He will be the
Get it right.
There's no real
get it right. You want to preserve the prosecution. We've still got a long way to go in this story, right? We're going to hopefully find him. Then we're hopefully going to see some charges that are apropos of what's happened. And then there may be a plea or a trial. So every piece of material that ends up in an evidence lockup has to be really pristine. John, I'm going to jump to break real quickly, but I just wanted to let you know, you just mentioned hundreds of thousands of dollars for the search. Well, now we have some math that shows it's actually $200,000 per day. And we have now been at this in that swamp for a week. So if you do the math, we are upwards of $1.2 million by estimates of someone in law enforcement who has said this is going to be a costly bill if it's a red herring.
$200,000 a day? Man, who's flipping the bill? I'm just wondering who covering the bill. Just asking for a friend. I mean, it ain't gonna be me. I hope not. Damn. Better not be taxpayer dollars. $200,000 a day just to find his lanky bald ass in swamp.
Much money, and it will run out, and winter is coming. Sorry for that silly line, but
I hate these commercials. 1 second, guys. Dag nab.
That is going to happen, and at some point he's going to need some food, some shelter, and maybe some additional clothing.
Well, I've done some fugitives that were dumber than Brian. I mean, he and his family, the dirty Laundries, so they've outsmarted police, and he's got away and all that stuff. I've had guys stay out there for years. If he makes it to Mexico, he can head through South America. He can sell drugs. He can do a whole ton of things. I caught guys that were running, parasailing stuff on on the west coast of Mexico. So sometimes losers like him can stay out there longer than you ever realized, and they'll pick up a job somewhere. But, I want to remind people, I caught 42 guys in Mexico, and I have Spanish speaking operators. People from Mexico don't want to get involved with American cops. So they call me all the time. There's lots of fans of my work in Mexico over the years. They're good people. They don't want an American dirtbag murderer down there. He's a domestic abuser, and, but I did a case 2 years ago on In Pursuit, where a guy he was a terrible domestic abuser, got divorced, and he killed his ex-wife in front of their 2, 4, and 6-year-old kids because his mother set up that meeting so he could get even. She's doing 5 years in federal prison. I pushed the U.S. attorney a little bit, and I said, it's got to be fair. There has to be some justice. It took the marshals were looking for him for 5 years. I caught him in 3 days in Mexico, again, because of wonderful people in Mexico.
I'm putting my money on you for this one, John. I'm putting my money on you for this one. But I do want to ask you this, because there's a good chance at some point, Brian Laundrie may be watching TV in the diner that he might be in, or at the gas station, or wherever he might be. If you had a chance to say something to Brian Laundrie, what would you tell him?
I would say, turn yourself in. Do 2 things, Brian. Turn yourself in, but you won't. You're a coward. Now you're facing the death penalty. You brutalized this girl. You're a real big guy. You're a 90-pound woman. You brutalized her, broke everybody's heart. So either turn yourself in before the cops shoot it out and kill you when they catch you, and spare this family the torture, or kill yourself. Do the right thing, Brian.
There it is. I'm gonna roll that back one more time, so y'all hear that. He literally just said something that I don't agree with, and I'll explain why. So this is a great piece. This interview is a very, very great piece. And I understand where John Walsh is at mentally, emotionally. He's very passionate about this. But doing that? Now, here it is. Here it is. I understand a lot of y'all, a lot of people, a lot of the fam that are in the chat right now. And I appreciate every single last one of y'all, every single soul that is watching this show right now. Really, from the bottom of my heart, it really does mean a lot. But would you say to the person that holds the key to unlocking everything that happened to Gabby Petito to take their own lives, to doing something as heinous and as, I think, as selfish as that? Is that what we should be doing? Now here it is. I understand where he's coming from. If I was a father and this was my daughter that was gone, yes, I'd be angry as hell. I'd be salty as hell. Salty. Without a shadow of a doubt, I'd be like, yep, let's go. Do your thing, man. Let me watch. I get it. But when you have that kind of information that we all want to know, which is what happened to Gabby Petito, is that the right thing to say on national television? Just saying. I rolled it back a little bit more. I'm going to try to slow down this chat too. Just give me a second, guys.
What would you tell them?
I would say turn yourself in. Do two things, Brian. Turn yourself in, but you won't. You're a coward. Now you're facing the death penalty. You brutalized this girl. You're a real big guy. You're a 90-pound woman. You brutalized her, broke everybody's heart. So either turn yourself in before the cops shoot it out and kill you when they catch you, and spare this family the torture, or kill yourself. Do the right thing, Brian. In your whole life, you've never done anything brave. You're just a coward. So go out there in the woods somewhere, but at least so we know where your body is, so the dirty laundry mom and dad can bury you somewhere, because I know what it's like not to have a body to bury. All I got they found of Adam's remains was his severed head. So turn yourself, kill yourself somewhere and spare this family from a horrible trial. Ashley, you know how horrible the trials are. Parents sit in the courtroom and they show pictures of your children in the, partially decomposed out in the desert. They're torture, and the families want to be there. So Brian, the right thing for you to do is go somewhere and off yourself and save everybody a lot of trouble. And when they catch you, don't forget, buddy, you made a huge mistake. Wyoming's a death penalty state. I told your lawyer, bring him in. He won't have to face the death penalty. He can make a deal. This guy's giving the parents the bad advice the whole way through. Because when they catch him, he's either going to get killed by the cops when they take him because he's a coward. I say kill yourself now and save people lots of money. And they ought to take whatever assets the Laundrie family has, and whatever that lawyer has, because I'm going to push. He's aiding and abetting. He knows everything about this case. It's way past my lawyer private client privilege. And take his assets and put it back into the funds to look for. He's not in that swamp, Ashley. Everybody in America knows that.
Okay, that's enough, right? We've heard enough. Huh? I got a super chat I gotta throw up here. It's deep. It's gone. But I wanted to pull it up really quick. Fatal Flaw Dragon, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. She says she's also a lovely member of the family. In the bath trying to support you. Nice to enjoy a show on my day off and first show at my new house. Congratulations on the new house, sweetheart. All right. And thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Thank you. Keep on watching. Just don't accidentally knock the screen into your tub. Okay. We don't want that. All right. Now, here's the thing. This is John Walsh saying what he needs. He said what he said, y'all. He said what he said. This dude said, off yourself. You're doing us all a favor. Just do it. Off yourself. Now, does that make sense? Is that the right choice? Like, I understand there's a lot of people out here that are upset, right? A lot of people that are angry and all that. And I get that piece. Lady Justice, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. She says, please keep the chat. Attack arguments and not people. or I guess please keep the chat peaceful. Attack arguments and not people. Much love. We don't promote violence here. John Walsh said what he said, but we don't support that language in our chat. I absolutely 110 mother-loving% agree. And this is why I said he's going to say some savage comments that I do not agree with, and which is what we are talking about right now. And here it is. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that kind of procedure. I do not agree with that type of reaction, type of vibe. We are not about that life. Real talk. Because here's the thing. At the end of the day, we are trying to make sure that we get the people that we care for. We find the answers. We get the answers that we rightfully need, that we rightfully deserve. That's it. Period, boo. Period. The worst thing that could happen right now, is having that man, that, my personal opinion, that piece of trash take his own life. That is the most selfish, worst thing in the world. Why, you ask? Because some of y'all are going to be like, nah, man, this what he did was wrong and blah, blah, blah. I get it, man. I'm with you 110%. But at the same darn time, though, we still don't know what actually happened to Gabby Petito. We are still trying to figure out what really went down. So I hope to the sweet baby Jesus that they catch this man's ass. Because the only way we're going to truly find out what happened to Gabby out there in those mountains, or out there in the wilderness, in Grand Teton, if she was even killed in Grand Teton, is hearing it from Brian Laundrie's own mouth. That's what I think. No one else is coming out and saying anything. We got another super chat. Thank you so much, Ashley Veers, for the $5 super chat. She says, I think that comment he made was to piss Brian off. He's a classic narcissist, so that would make him angry. He was hoping that to bring him out with that. Maybe that could be it too. Like, I mean, he obviously is trolling him in a way, just live on TV, right? And I understand, like I said, it can also be something where he's just speaking from anger. He's speaking from frustration. He's going, how dare this man even still is alive? How dare this man be able to get away with 90% of the stuff that he's getting away with right now? That there are people, men and women, that are working tirelessly day in and day out looking for this man, that they are spending over $200,000 a day. $200,000. That ain't no joke, y'all. $200,000 a day to find this man. When this man could have easily done everything he could to cooperate and help find justice or tell his story, turning himself in, admitting guilt if there needs to be an admission of guilt. But what has he done? He gone. With the help of his dirty ass parents. I said it. With the help of his dirty ass parents. But I would never agree. I would never agree to telling him to do something as heinous as John Walsh has said. I get where he's coming from. I get it. But that does not make the situation any better if he leaves this planet. If he is still on this planet right now, if he was to leave this planet, this is the worst thing that he could possibly do. Because we all, including the parents of the Petito family, want to know everything that's going on. They want to know the truth. This could turn into a cold case. And then nobody will ever know what really went down. Then, as far as the married couple that were savagely murdered, abused, physically abused and murdered, and just discarded in the woods as well? Was there a connection? Is there a connection? Brian could also put those two things together. There's so many things that he has. There's so much information that he has. So if he was to actually do what John Walsh just said, we will never get those answers. Not one. It'll just be an unsolved mystery. Okay? Dun, 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 like that. That's it. And we ain't got time for this. All of us, America is fully invested into this story. Straight up. So, I am going to try to put this in slow-mo mode. I have never done that before in my life, and I'm trying to figure out how to do it, to be really, really honest. Does anybody know how to do that? Because I am trying to figure that out, honestly. But while I do that, I got another one. Farley Berg. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. We got some more videos to look at, so stay tuned, guys. Don't drop off just yet. We got a lot more video, a lot more clips to look at. There's a sighting of Brian Laundrie. We are going to look at it with our own two eyes as well. Like I said, it's a far-fetched idea, but let's take, we're going to be looking at that very, very shortly here too. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat, Farley. Jesus, our Lord and Savior, would not talk to you, Brian, that way. And Brian has a soul too. His sins can be forgiven if he gives his life to Jesus Christ, our Savior. Praise Jesus. I love Jesus. Hey, that is definitely something that I feel like, sure, if he was to surrender, I am a God-loving man as well here. I still think I don't know. I feel like within these kind of situations, you do something. If he did really do what he did, which is take this young woman's life, I still feel like he is burning in hell, even if he was to give his life to God. Sorry to say that, but that's just my own theory on that. I just think that there's certain things that are just not forgivable. That's just my personal opinion. Okay. But we do have some other footage. One of them is I want to show you guys this video of, now there has been speculations. 1 second, guys. Oh, wrong last name. Had a habit of writing Brian Petito. Putting their names mixed up together is always messed up. But there is a video I'm trying to show. Well, actually, you know what? Before I go into that, let me go into this next video. Now, this is something that there is a psychiatrist that analyzes Brian Laundrie's behavior. And I think this is kind of a good one for us to take a look and just see what is going on, like how they are analyzing what people are saying, what specialists are saying in regards to his demeanor, how he's approaching things and all that kind of stuff. According to, here it is, Jeff Height. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. He says, according to Google, click settings. Okay. Click settings, click live chat, toggle on slow mode. Sorry. Love your show. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. I'm going to try that right quick. Okay. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to get this thing. Click settings, click live chat. Ooh, there it is. See, I don't see that. Where the heck is it? Because I know these comments are flooding. So I'm just trying to find it myself. Hold up. Yeah, I don't see it, man. I do not see it. And you know, I'm like I said, I'm not, you know, still new to this ish. Ah, wait. No. What the hell? Maybe I'm getting it wrong. Yeah, I don't see it, y'all. I really don't see it. But in the meantime, while I try to figure this whole thing out, let me show you guys this this clip so we can get things moving here, because I hate letting you guys sit and wait like that. But I'll figure it out here in a second. But we need to take a look at this video. Of course, we got to keep this story and this ball moving. So this is a psychiatrist that analyzed Brian Laundrie, you know, on the news. So let's take a look at this.
So the question some people are asking is Brian Laundrie alive or dead? Well, we simply can't know that right now. But a renowned psychiatrist believes there are some clues in Laundrie's behavior that might give us a glimpse. Fox 13's Aaron Mesmer joins us live. And Aaron, obviously this is, you know, psychology from the couch. But what did you learn? What did this gentleman or woman say?
Well, the psychiatrist starts by looking at Brian Laundrie's actions, and we have an idea of what he did following Gabby's death. We know that he drove her van all the way back cross country to Florida without her. We know that he's also now accused of using someone else's debit card after Gabby had died. We just don't know whose debit card that was. And then almost as soon as she was reported missing, Brian Laundrie disappeared, not to be heard from again since. So experts have been asking, is this someone who seems like they would take their own life, or is this more like somebody who would take off?
There still weren't any red flags that would indicate we would be here today.
That was Gabby Petito's father on September 15th, telling Fox News he never saw any red flags with Brian Laundrie. But the public,
what's going on? How come you're crying?
Has now seen plenty. That includes Dr. James Heisman, a renowned Florida psychiatrist who's currently writing a book on personality disorders.
This is pretty much something that happens in America and around the world, pretty much under the radar.
Dr. Heisman says it's improper to diagnose Laundrie from afar, but he says the reports and video show signs of narcissism that led to an abusive relationship with Gabby. And it's now on display for the world to see.
Everybody sees the real person.
And I was apologizing to him.
A 911 call led up to this interaction with police in Utah. Here's what the caller told police.
What were they doing? We drove by and the gentleman was slapping the girl.
Minutes later, Gabby can be seen sobbing as she talked with officers. Laundrie, however, remained calm and seemingly unemotional.
In terms of this disorder, they have no core values.
Dr. Heisman says this knowledge can indicate how a person like that might react under the kind of pressure investigators are putting on Laundrie.
They are very likely to run away, to hide, to think they can get away with it.
Authorities have spent days searching a wildlife refuge near the Laundrie family home in Northport, looking for him, evidence, or both. He's the only person of interest in Gabby's homicide and has been missing since September 14th. Dr. Heisman says even narcissists reach a breaking point.
This is a time when self-harm issues or suicide can be triggered.
And that brings him to the question many are asking. Is Laundrie alive or dead? Dr. Heisman says that likely depends on the extent of any possible personality disorders.
There's a lot of pointing fingers. I didn't do it. I'm not accountable. But there's also those times alone when you can't deny that what's happening in my life is entirely falling apart.
And narcissism is a disorder in which a person has an inflated sense of self-importance. Experts say it can lead to abusive behavior or demeaning behavior. Now, Laundrie, as I said, is accused of using somebody else's debit card. That's what he's wanted for by the FBI. We don't know if that is Gabby's debit card or somebody else's. Unfortunately, as we said from the beginning of this, Cynthia, we don't know. It's impossible. It's impossible to know for sure whether he's alive or dead. But there are these clues that certainly authorities are looking into.
Answers will come in time. That is for sure, one way or another.
You know, it's very interesting. Like, obviously, people are going to be looking at this and saying, yes, narcissist and all that. And from my understanding, you know, there's a lot of someone who is a narcissist, for them to want to do something heinous like take their own life. It seems to be a bit of a stretch. So if he really is what everyone's saying that he is, I don't think he's going to be doing that. I think he's on the run. I don't think he's done anything heinous like taking his life or anything of that sort. I don't think that's, I mean, obviously we only know from what we've seen, right? We've only heard these stories. We're only hearing these conversations from other people. We're only seeing the videos. Is he capable of doing something like that? We don't know. Just like when we look at the video, doesn't seem like, you know, as we see him, how his demeanor is and all that. And obviously he is manipulating the situation to the best of his abilities. At face value, without knowing anything, he doesn't seem like the type that would even go and do something as heinous as killing a young woman. So I don't know. You know, the possibilities here are really endless. And you know, like I said, the story continues on and on and on. Now, there was a story that I did bring up in this thing as well. I am still trying to figure out how to slow this damn chat down. I just don't want to slow down this momentum of the show. But I see a bunch of y'all still in here. Please, if you can, send this past 800 likes. That would really mean a lot. A whole bunch of souls are in many, many places right now watching this show. And I really do appreciate every single last soul in the chat and in this show right now. So please send the likes all the way past 800. That would really, really mean a lot. Also, the thing is, like I said, we don't know the full scope of who he is as a human being. We don't. We really, really don't. And it is very frustrating to even think something like that, or to even go, oh, this, that, and the third, because we don't know. Like I said, we don't know everything as of yet. We don't. And I think things will be different once we know a few more things, or once we actually get a chance to actually talk to some people, to the parents. Like, no one's really talked to the parents yet. Where are the parents at, y'all? Why aren't they talking to us? You know what I mean? Why aren't they getting in front of this and saying what they need to say? They are just saying, nah, I'm not saying anything at all. You know what I mean? Hold on real quick. Jeff Height, thank you so much. Like I said, I've done the streaming stuff, but this is new to me, slowing a chat down. So I appreciate all you guys for being so amazing and patient here. Let me just figure this out really, really quick, and we can keep moving here. So thank you, Jeff Height. Thank you so much again for the $5 super chat. He says, got it. Click stream icon on right. Okay. Click edit. Hold on, guys. I'm going to try this ish again. Click edit, box on right. Click on customization. Aha! There we go. I guess I'm going to try this. Boom. Okay, slow mode on. Slow mode on. Okay, there we go. Mazel tov. All right. Jeff Height, you're the beast. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you. And again, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. So hopefully that helps slow things down a little bit. I put it up, so we should be good. We should be Gucci now. Hopefully. Okay. Hopefully. Let's if it ain't slow enough, let me know. Okay. So anyway, moving back into the stories. All right. We have got to take a look at this other story. Now, I did cover this a few days ago, where there was a woman or a couple that were at the restaurant where apparently there was a big fight that was going on between Gabby, Brian, and of course a hostess of this particular restaurant. So again, KT, thank you so much for the $5 super chat with the purple heart. Thank you. You know I like purple, so thank you so much. I really do. I really do appreciate it. Actually, you know what? Let me fix this. If it's going too fast, let me do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm slowing it down even more. So let me know if it's too fast. Just make sure I can see. Okay. So hopefully that slows down a little bit. Okay. So okay. And yes, of course. Yeah, Kev Z. Thank you so much for that. I hope that you guys are down to join my Patreon or to help support this show. Go on down to the that white button that says join in blue. It's only $4.99 a month. Help support this show. We working hard out here in these streets. We don't only cover stories about Gabby Petito or Brian Laundrie. We are covering all kinds of different stories, everything from things that are going on. All right. Things that are going on in the world, pop culture, politics, everything. We cover everything on this channel. And if you just want a good conversation, please hit that join button, support the show, hit that subscribe button. Or if you really want to, be a part of my world and know what it's like and how busy and hectic my world is, please join my Patreon. I've been putting a lot of vlogs and a lot of content over there showing behind the scenes the ish I've been going through or the things that I'm doing. So please go to patreon.com/the Pascal Show. There's a whole bunch of different tiers. Please join, support this channel, support me. That would really, really mean a lot. Okay. Lady Justice, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. This is a good problem for your show to have, laughy faces, the sideways and the regular one. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, it is a good problem to have. I just didn't know how to do that. Like I said, this is the first time this has ever happened. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate everybody who's coming on and being a part of the show. If you guys can do me a favor, let's see these likes go past 1,000 likes. I would love to see that. That's less than 139 likes. So there's 139 of y'all that I'm sure enjoying the conversation and enjoying what I'm covering. So please, let's see this go past 1K. 1,000 likes. We are going to continue the story. We got some videos we got to take a look at. And so let's continue. So again, thank you y'all for all the tremendous amount of support. It's been really, really amazing. Y'all are amazing. Okay. So back to what I was saying. There was a TikTok video, or actually Instagram stories of this woman named Nina that was talking about her account sitting next to Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito. They were having a big ass fight. They got escorted outside of the restaurant. And I guess that's when they got into fisticuffs and he locked the door to the van. She jumps through the window trying to, drop bows on him. Okay. So 60 minutes from the 60 Minutes Australian version, or the Australian 60 Minutes went to talked to this family or to this couple, and they had some things to say too. So I'm going to show this quick clip. It's a short clip, but they talk about their account seeing this for reals. And the thing is that some people are sitting there going, "Oh, this woman capping." I don't think so much. I don't think that this couple's making this up. I think this is the real deal, Holyfield. Check it out. So, of course, this is going to continue, but you're on 60 Minutes Australia, recanting your story about seeing these two people going in on each other in a restaurant. I don't think she capping. I really don't think we're seeing right here, which of course I'm going to just pause the video right here. There is speculation that in this video itself, that there were two people cited in this video. One closing the door and another one over in the field, possibly doing something terrible, like maybe killing Gabby Petito. But we don't know. Like I said, there's so many speculations, and yes, it was shot in, on a good camera and all that. But when you zoom in and you do all this crazy stuff, it gets lost. this ish gets lost. Okay. It starts getting pixelated. It's hard to make out certain things. There have been so many stories about that there was ultrasounds lying on a log right before you pass this truck or the van. There's so many speculations, but it's like, what is true and what isn't, y'all? And like I said, Brian Laundrie right now, unless the parents were involved even more than we know right now, Brian Laundrie is the only one with the information. He is the only one with the facts and with the truth. He's the only one. Like I said, we could speculate all the live long day, but we don't know until he actually speaks up and says something. Now, so now here's the thing. I do have another video. Yes, and Annie, you're right. The rumor has been debunked about the ultrasound, all that stuff. It has been 110%. Let me pull up Annie's comment. It has been debunked. Absolutely. It most definitely has been debunked for sure. But like I said, a lot of people out here trying to find anything, really, just trying to find something to make this seem like something that it's that it is not. I'm trying to pull up the this video. I wanted to show you guys this video if I can find it, but it is a bit tough. Because like I said, all these Brian Laundrie sightings have been they're getting kind of annoying. I'm gonna be real. They're getting a little annoying. Okay. Oh, thank you, Lady Justice. Pete, thank you for the CKZ $100 CKZ. I really do appreciate it. Let me find it. Hopefully I can find it. Like I said, the multitasking is real up in this piece, y'all. There we go. He says, good work, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much for supporting this show. I really do appreciate it. Unfortunately, I can't pull it up on the screen because, like I said, I got two screens, one where I can see the chat, and then another one that literally runs like everything. And I need to upgrade some stuff for real. But there is, hold on. There is one video, like I said, where people are looking at this and going, oh, maybe this is him, I think. Well, one second, guys. Like I said, and this is just an example of the amount of craziness, amount of like how everybody's just desperately trying to catch this man. So this is just a small example. And this is a little old. I'm just going to let you guys know this is a little old, but it's 4 days old. But it's a good example of like just the craziness.
For Gabby Petito's fiance, Brian Laundrie, police in Florida continue to scour an alligator-infested reserve where they believe he may be, but hundreds of miles away. TMZ obtained a photo from somebody who thinks that they actually spotted Laundrie on their trail camera. Let's get right over to Marina Morocco for the very latest development. Marina.
Yeah, Angie, there have been a lot of web sleuths in this entire case, potentially even leading to the remains of Gabby Petito. But investigators continuing their search tonight for Brian Laundrie inside a 25,000-acre reserve near the couple's home in Northport, Florida. He's wanted for questioning in Gabby Petito's disappearance. He has not been seen since September 14th. Now, the reserve, it's got hiking trails, biking trails, campsites. There's also thick foliage that covers a lot of it, making that search a challenge. Laundrie's family says he told them he was headed there for a hike, left home with a backpack. And TMZ has since obtained this photo from a man who says a person that fits Laundrie's description was seen on their trail camera early Monday morning. This is in Baker, Florida. That photo shows a person with a backpack trekking through the woods. Keep in mind that Baker, Florida is about.
Can I just point something out? Why are we getting Sasquatch photos? I'm just saying, we live in a world now where technology is crazy. All right. And shout out to the new iPhone that just dropped like a couple days ago. I mean, their night version, their low lighting settings and all that stuff is out of control. The low lighting setting on a lot of these things are out of control. But like I said, and I know Counselor Kia, thank you so much. Yes, this has been debunked. I'm not sitting here saying that this is actually him. I'm just trying to point out the amount of people that are out here, okay, saying that this, oh, I see him. Any bald, white, skinny dude that has a backpack, I'm keeping it straight funky, automatically is a prime suspect. Like I said, I feel bad for any bald white guy right now. In fact, Halloween is coming around. Y'all don't even need to have a costume. You don't have to spend any money. Throw on a flannel shirt, wear some cargo shorts and some boots, and you can literally say, I'm Brian Laundrie. I'm just saying. But look at this dude. This guy does not look like Brian Laundrie, y'all. Does he though? Does he? Curious. Asking for a friend. Does this look like Brian Laundrie? Even within this look. This is not him. But everybody and their mom is going, up. There's one, up. There's another one. Like they found the spotting of Sasquatch. I'm not kidding. But then it's like, why are these photos always so grainy or blotched out or just really, you know what I'm saying? Why though? Why? It doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't. And I get it. We are all so that Butterpecan 9 just said that's Justin Timberlake. Yes. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna rock your body. You know what I mean? Cry me a river. You know what I'm saying? It's literally, it's Justin. This is JT. Come on now. I'm sorry, that's amazing. Think about it. He's at some music awards or something like that, and then somebody goes, I found Brian Laundrie. He's hanging out with Nicki Minaj. Lucky son of a gun. You know what I'm saying? But here it is. This dude straight up. That does not look like Brian Laundrie. But everybody and their mama wants to go and say, hey, that's Brian Laundrie. But it ain't. Fatal Flaw Dragon, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Again, thank you so much. Hate to say this, but this is true. The costume manufacturers are gonna bank off of Brian costumes this year. It's sad that crime and murder is something to capitalize off of. I totally agree. I completely and 110% agree. But here it is. Look at that. You see with your own two eyes. That's just a small, like I said, a very, very small example of the amount of digging people have done to try to make it seem like they have found the impossible. And I get it. Everybody wants to be a hero. I get it. Isn't that a Tina Turner song? Okay, I get it. We all want to save the world. We all want to save the world. I get it. But some things are just far-fetched. And it's like, I want to see the real Like, give me a crisp, clean photo of him, not just some zoomed in, super pixelated, blurry, weird. Like, why is this a UFO sighting? It is not a UFO sighting. This is the real deal Holyfield. Why? It just doesn't make any bloody sense. But here it is, y'all. Obviously, more and more sightings and things like that have been popping up. A lot of things have been debunked, and that's the only thing. Like, I love that social media did help catch Gabby, like find Gabby Petito. All right, I love that, and I appreciate that. But then there's another part of me that's like, it seems the pendulum swings back into something bad, where it goes overboard. Where they're going, no, he's in Mexico. No, he's sipping he's on in the beach in Miami. No, he's over here. And it's like, yo, guys, come on, hold up. Hold up, y'all. Like, for example, this is a perfect example. Let me show you what I mean by sometimes it's just a little too much. This is exactly what I'm trying to show y'all. Real talk. It's kind of a little bit like this right here. Exactly. Hey, found Brian Laundrie. There he is. Can't you tell from the, you can make out the head and the arm and the backpack. It's him. He ain't Sasquatch. This is not some fictional character. This is a real ass man. So why is it so hard for us to get a good photo of anybody who might be Brian Laundrie? I don't get it. But this is the kind of stuff that we're seeing all the time. Real talk. Real talk. I'm just scrubbing through here real quick to see if there's anything else I may have missed. But yeah, like I said, shoot, that's Brian Laundrie right there. Bang. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this whole thing just sometimes, yes, we need to get in front of it. We need to get, we need to do whatever we need to do to say, oh, we found this footage, so on and so forth. Yes, it's good that we have people telling their accounts of meeting, running into Brian and seeing them before she passed, before she went missing. Of course, there's a lot of things that are really, really amazing about this thing, right? About this social media thing, but also it can also mislead people. It can also make people go down the wrong type of path, an unnecessary path. It can send law enforcement to go somewhere where they don't need to go. You see? Lynn Dalton, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. It really does mean a lot. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. And I see a bunch of y'all still in here chopping it up with us, being a part of the conversation. Please, we got what, 26 more likes to get to 1,000 likes. Please hit that like button. Send it all the way up to 1,000 likes. That would really mean the world to me. Real talk. Like I said, I was supposed to be on today, but I am. All right. Because I wanted to tell y'all this story. Okay. So Lady Justice, thank you so much for the comment. Were the rumors about his social media updating confirmed or refuted? I'm asking because it was reported his wallet and phone were left behind. Anyone else know? The thing is that, good question. There is a video showing 3 seconds, allegedly from his live on his Instagram, if I'm correct, of just 3 seconds of water. Now, if he doesn't have his phone, if he really did leave his phone behind and he's using a burner phone, why would he be able to live stream 3 seconds of him by water? Think about it for a second. My theory is this. My theory is exactly this. I think the parents have much more to do with this. I think the parents are playing a hand in some of this stuff, in some of the footage that we've been seeing, in some of the accounts that have been created. I'm not sitting here saying that they're the most technical savvy family in the world, but if he left his phone behind, who's to say that the mom or the dad isn't grabbing his IG and going, okay, we're going to live stream this really quick and then boop, and then go back home and then put it away and say, oh yeah, he left his phone and his wallet here. What? Like I said, I've been saying this for the longest time. I believe the parents were trying to do a Kansas City shuffle where they make everybody look right while they go left. Or in this case, while Brian goes left. So they're all going, oh no, he went this way. Yeah, he left his car. He wanted to be out in the reserve. He wanted to get to one with nature and meditate and all that ish. And what happens? He doesn't come back home. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're looking for Brian? Yeah, dag nabbit. He left on Tuesday. He ain't been back since. I am so sorry. We didn't know. We thought he was coming back. That's my theory. Or the other theory is this. Family or somebody hacked into his account. That's the only other theory I have in the recesses of my mind. I keep thinking, there's a lot of really savvy people on these computers that can hack into anything. And maybe somebody just wants to be an ultimate troll and try to be a pain in the ass. You see what I'm saying? A Living Joy, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. This is a lot. Love your channel, by the way. Thank you so much. Yes, it's a very, very big pill to swallow, this whole thing. There's so much going on. There's so much to unravel. There's so much still being told. And like I said, we are going to be covering this story, until they have something or until the case is actually closed. But for what we know right now, there's so much, like I said, so much still, so many loose ends that have not been officially put out there yet. There's a lot of questions still lingering, and I'm hoping that we get an answer here sometime soon. The other question I do have is this. How did she die? They ruled it a homicide. So clearly something happened. By the way, the only pieces of information they have said about her autopsy, get this. They said the way that they were able to identify her was by her tattoos. What does that say to you? I'll tell you this. Her face was unrecognizable. So what do you think happened? There's a plethora of things that we can think about. Either she was beaten to death, she had a blunt force trauma to the face, and it was a crime of passion, and he beat her face till it was unrecognizable, or something else happened where she died. Of course, if he allegedly did do this, he dragged the body out into the Grand Teton area. Nature got involved. Nature got involved. 8 parts of her face is a possibility. There's also speculation. That maybe, and this is all alleged, by the way, and yes, Heather Holloman, where did that go? Holloman, thank you, said decomposition. Absolutely. Decomposition could be that as well, but it could also be nature. I mean, birds, vultures, and other types of critters could have gotten involved with that. I hate to pull out those grisly ideas and those grisly thoughts, but we have to play it out. We do. There's also another story. So dope. You're right. Maggots as well. There's also a speculation that maybe he burned some of her body, allegedly. Whoever did it, let's just say. We all know what we think, right? But we got to play these. We all have to play the alleged side of things. Allegedly, there's a possibility where maybe he tried to burn some of her body. Maybe trying to get rid, obviously, of the evidence, get rid of the body. Like I said, a lot of this is speculation. We don't know everything as of yet. And the only person that actually has the truth and knows the story is Brian Laundrie. And I also think the parents know too. I also think the lawyer knows as well. The lawyer messed up by putting out that statement. He misspoke. He mucked up, y'all. Mucked up. But my video chat line is open. I would love to hear your thoughts on this, y'all. I would love to hear your thoughts on this whole situation. And like one of the viewers just said, this is a lot. It really is a lot. But the theories are running rampant right now. No one knows anything. Everyone wants to know the truth. I want to know the truth. But you don't have anything yet. So, link is above. Click on that. By all means, jump on. Let's get a conversation moving. Don't be shy. I also have a call or phone number, 314-766-4581. By all means, you can hop onto there as well and call through that number as well. Okay? So 314-766-4581. Mods, if you could do me a small favor, if you can copy and paste that number so that, because I can't pin both of them up to the top, if you can just keep reposting that would be really appreciated, because I know a lot of people are going to be wanting to call in different ways. So, like I said, phone lines and video chat are open. I am more than happy to pick up and hear your thoughts on this whole situation. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Where do your thoughts and your opinions lie? Do you think that he is gone? All right. Do you think he's gone? Like he's in another country? Do you still think he's in Florida? Do you think he's in the mountains, in the hills, as Dog the Bounty Hunter said? Give me a call. 314-766-4581, or you can video chat. The link is up, pinned to the top of the chat. All right. Again, 314-766-4581. Love to hear your thoughts on this. And also, I want to hear your thoughts on this too. For those of y'all who want to think, who also are thinking about this as well. John Walsh's comment. Do you agree with it or not? Do you think that was a little savage? Or do you think, nah, it was good? He said what he said. It's all good. I'm with it 110%. Give me a call. 314-766-4581. I'd love to hear your thoughts on all of this. Or you can click on that StreamYard link. Click on that. You don't have to be on camera, okay? You could just do a voice call through that as well. Don't be shy. I want to hear your thoughts real quick before I wrap up the show. Now, I see Paget Millard just said he's alive for sure. I do think that he's alive. I really do think that he's alive. Laura Bell, thank you so much for the $1 super chat. Thank you. Mercedes, hello. Mercedes, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. At this point, he grew out his hair, colored it blonde, shaved his beard, and is chilling in Mexico drinking a beer. That could very well be it too. I mean, not as extreme but I do feel like he's had enough time to cross some sort of border, wherever it might be. Either he's learning French, like Canadian French, or he's learning Spanish with the quickness. That's the only thing I can think of as far as where he could be, because he's had more than enough time to get moving. He's had plenty of time to kick rocks to wherever he wants to go. So I guess people are scared to jump on. Okay. Somebody said they wanted to call. So I opened up the phone lines, man. But Laura Bell, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Mexico and Canada don't want him. That is true too. You know for a fact that if he is found in Canada, they're going to throw his American ass right back to America. Trust and believe. Trudeau don't want that. Trust. You're going to be like, what? No, you going right back where you came from. Go on. He'll be extradited with the quickness. I mean, he could also be overseas at this point. You never, ever know. But I see a lot of souls in here. I want to hear your thoughts. You can hit that video chat link or call. We got a phone call. Hello. You on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yvonne Dwyer, North Carolina.
What's your name again one more time?
Yvonne.
Yvonne, how you doing? North Carolina?
Yes.
Thank you so much for calling in. Guys, fam, if you can hear this, give me a thumbs up just to make sure you guys can hear this phone call. But hello,
yes.
Hello. How are you doing?
I guess I'm just really frustrated through the whole thing, that it just saddens me that with the Lonnie case and the other people missing, that this is just saddens me. And the fact that, we're all speculating everything that's happening, that, we wonder why the world is as messed up as it is. And I guess my question, though, too, is as far as the parents, why was she living with them? Why is everything getting turned around? It's like the poor girl that got abused, so on and so forth. And the fact is, from the police, where she had scratched him. And again, it's just really upsetting. And the fact that, again, the young man, Lonnie, that's missing, and the gay couple, that we're not pursuing that. Just because it's this young girl. I mean, I'm fighting for the family. But also his family, and trashing him and all these dirty names and stuff is just, I mean, again, I have to question, and people wonder why the world is as messed up as it is. It's not about race, color. These are like that young boy that's missing. Why haven't we done anything about that?
Yes.
And again, the name calling, and like you said about John Walsh, that's disgusting. I am just blown away by it.
Yes.
And I'm older, and I have sons, and I know. Again, my question is, where was her family? The Laundrie family. She was living there, and everybody's just assuming and speculating. And let's find these other people. This is just, again, it just seems so, the family getting beaten up. And until, like you had said, until we get to, finding him, hopefully, but all this beating up and all this other stuff going on is just, it's really sad.
It is.
I mean, I think you're amazing. I listen to you.
Oh, well, thank you so much for watching the show and everything, and just being a part of the experience. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, it really does. It is a very upsetting situation, right?
Right,
because
you
no matter
can't go
what,
off of what, like when the cops stopped him, okay, it was already there that he had scratches on him. And again, I don't want to speculate as far as that, but it just, all this trashing and everything else isn't helping. And as much money as we're spending, let's find Lonnie, that young man. Let's find the other thing that's going on, you know.
Yeah.
But again, my biggest thing is he was living with her parents. Why? She had parents. What happened there?
Yeah.
And it's,
I mean, my
you know
theory,
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like the guys always get the shitty end of the stick. They always assume he's
True.
the crazy one. Women are crazy.
Right.
Believe me.
Like I said, I mean, we don't know the full scope of everything, but still, no matter what, her being gone is still wrong. There could have been a story, or there could have been a history of violence between both of them. Because here it is, when they both got pulled over, he was telling his account, his side of the story. The cops went back over. The cops talked to her, and she recanted the same thing. She confirmed everything. They were not connected at all, so they were not next to each other where she could sit there and go, "Let me just try to save my boyfriend so he doesn't get in trouble," type of thing. She was taking full responsibility for the most part of what she had done. So there clearly has been a relationship where it has been very violent. There has been violence between these two. So the thing is just that day may have been the day that she was being abusive towards him. You see what I'm saying? It just seemed like that was, or they were just having a knockout, drag out fight. You see what I'm saying? So the possibilities here are absolutely, the possibilities are endless here, you know? But it's like I said, it's such a frustrating and sad story. And of course, you know what, we're going to get down to the bottom
Either
of
way
it.
you look at it, you can't. Either way you look at it, nobody wins here. But to keep going on about the parents, we don't know. Everybody's speculating and calling dirty laundry and trashing everybody through all this. What are we doing? I mean, don't you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's like that's why our world's so messed up. You know?
Yeah, very much so. Very, very, very much so. You know what I mean? But I'm going to have to let you go, unfortunately, sweetheart. But I do appreciate you calling in.
Fine.
Thank you.
That's fine. Well, you're doing a great job, and I appreciate you, honey. All right.
Thank you so much. Stay blessed.
Okay, you take care.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello, my name is Kia, and I'm from Florida.
Hi, Kia from Florida. What's on your mind? Speak on it.
Well, number one, the previous caller was saying that she was hitting him, and actually the 911 caller, it was later discovered, had called and said that he saw a man slapping a woman.
Right.
And the police didn't have that information at the time. So on their way to find the car, they actually stopped at the location the call had come from, and they spoke to a witness there who had only seen when she was fighting him to get into the car. And so the police went on all of the information they had at the time. So the police definitely aren't to be blamed, but he definitely wasn't a victim there. And that is kind of what victims of domestic violence do. I happen to be a counselor. And on that note, John, I forget the man's name, from America's Most Wanted, telling him to kill himself is super concerning, because there are like teenagers and other young people watching that might be thinking of killing themselves. And so I also think that that's a really dangerous message.
Yes, and I do agree. I think the message was wrong. What he was saying there was just not the smartest thing to say live on camera. I think it was very, very, very disruptive, very irresponsible. The whole thing that we want more than anything in the world right now is to get information, get justice for Gabby, or for any other person, or for any other person that may be involved or has been killed at the hand of him, or that he was witness to. This could literally put a lot of questions and a lot of things to rest if he actually came forward. So yes, I do agree. It was extremely, extremely irresponsible, in my personal opinion, of John Walsh to jump out and say what he said. You know,
Yeah.
But I do appreciate you jumping on. Thank you so much. I got to hop on to some other calls. So thank you so much for your thoughts on this.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where you calling from? Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Okay. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, it's Natalie from New York. How are you?
I am good. What are your thoughts on this? Speak on it.
I think the whole thing in Florida, them keep trying to go back to the swamp. And as I think even Fox News has to say, the cops are defending their reasoning for searching the swamp. He's not there. The dogs couldn't even pick up a scent. They can't even pick up a scent of anyone being there. He's not there.
No.
He's either traveling somewhere else or in another country. It almost feels like they're just trying to rack up. It doesn't feel right. If you have to defend why you're searching it for another time after not finding any sign of him being there, something's not right.
Yep.
I don't believe it. And then, what John Walsh had to say, it's like, just speak to the facts. There's no need to put your emotional opinions in there because, it's on the same day he's emotional, but the parents, it's like, let the parents, say what they want to say. You don't have to say all that. And I think it was pointless. He's not going to off himself. If he did, if he was, he would have did it already.
Yeah.
He would have done that long before he came back to Florida. He would not have to go to his parents and make up some weird story that would convince them to get a lawyer and defend them, take the Mustang to and from, all this type of cover up when he's gonna you would have done that long. You would have done that long away from your parents and long before that happened. I think he is someone that he convinced himself that what he did wasn't a crime. He wants to be a free man and he wants to live without consequences. I'm sure that he has to be in Canada somewhere. You can drive there, take a train. I don't know how you can get there during this pandemic, but he could be there. And he's probably trying to start a new life for himself. And I think his parents, did that. It's like why go through all that mess if you didn't want to try to get away with it and start a whole new life, a whole new identity.
You ain't wrong. You are not wrong. If they haven't caught a scent in the swamp, if they're trying to pull like I said, they're grasping at straws when they're like, oh, we found Sasquatch. All those things, the UFO photos and all that stuff. It's kind of like, bruh, like real talk. He ain't there. He ain't there. He's somewhere else. I guarantee
you. Remember
that.
when they were looking for Lacey Peterson and how they figured out that she didn't just remember? I think it was that she allegedly she went to go take the dog walking. That's what her husband said. And they brought in scent hounds to track where she had walked off to, and the dog had stopped at the end of the driveway, which would indicate that the person went into a vehicle and was driven far away, which is why the dog could not pick up the scent. So it's like, it's like you got to trust the nose. You have to trust the nose of a dog at this point. I mean, they're known for catching, they're known for finding criminals. They're known for finding, dead bodies. They also know for finding all kinds of drugs. They're trained them. They can sniff out cancer cells. Like, if they haven't found them, if Brian Laundrie hasn't taken a dump in the woods, he ain't.
See what I'm saying?
Keep it real.
Like you gotta do some. You know what I mean? He gonna have to do some sort of thing where he has to, relieve himself in some sort of way. And you're telling me that they're not finding any of that kind of stuff. Like you're not finding something where he's leaving some sort of scent. That doesn't make no damn sense to me.
A discarded chicken bone or something.
Come
like
on now.
You eat food, you throw it away.
Exactly.
Nothing.
Even if you were to bury it, dogs have that scent. You know what I mean? They have those nostrils. You know what I mean? That they have that strong sense of smell where they can just go and just like, oh, he took a poop right here. So he's here. You know what I mean? Or he peed on this tree. He right here, y'all. But we don't see any of that.
Not unless he's a cat and he's big,
man.
Unless he's digging a hole and doing something in it, cover it up.
Or he's living in the trees.
In Florida, they're wasting money.
Like
they
I
need
said,
to stop pretending that he's there.
Exactly.
I think they just want to drive those swamp buggies and show the equipment they're using. No,
right.
He's not there.
Or he's literally living up in the damn trees like a Keebler elf. I'm just saying, like it just doesn't make sense to me that they're not even looking up.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
Look up. Is he in the trees? No, he ain't there. That's it.
Yeah, and I don't remember what the last thing that Gabby's parents said or the lawyer said, but I think they need to start putting pressure. I know they're grieving, but they got to have someone do the talking for them, start putting pressure on being adamant about finding this guy, because, you know, pressure is what pushes people to do what they're supposed to be doing. And I don't think that's what they're doing in Florida.
Mm-hmm. Well, hey, sweetheart, thank you so much for calling in all the way from New York. I
Thank you
really
for
do
taking my
appreciate
call.
it. Anytime, anytime. Talk to you soon. Peace. You know, the thing is like I said, the possibilities here are endless. I got to turn off the phone lines for now. I'm gonna open them up here in a second. I do have somebody else in the stream here. Fenton, Arrow, what's up?
Not much. How are you?
Man, I'm chilling. Where you calling in from?
Missouri.
Right on, Missouri.
I've actually been following the story on YouTube, and it actually is quite interesting because the fact of you hear about the parents going to talk to the lawyer
Uh-huh.
and everything. My question would be this: why get a lawyer? Do you know something that you're not letting the police and the FBI know? Because the fact of you would have to, in a standpoint, know something in order to get a lawyer in the first place.
You know, that is the question I think a lot of people are asking right now is, why would you do that? If you know of anything, why wouldn't you cooperate?
Mm-hmm.
Like, clearly, to me, this is a dead giveaway that the parents have a lot to do with Brian Laundrie's disappearance, at least.
Exactly. That's what I think. I think they know more than what they're actually saying.
Yeah.
And I think that's another reason why they haven't been coming out of their house, why they're not talking to the media. You clearly see their home. Both vehicles are there. To my understanding, they don't have any other vehicles. So why aren't they answering questions? Why aren't they answering one when Dog was there? Why weren't they answering that? And they know something clearly because the fact of if they didn't, they wouldn't have to get a lawyer. Because the way they did it, the lawyer set up is saying that you know something and you're clearly guilty of something that you're not saying.
Yeah.
Because the fact of I've been down in Texas, I've been in South Carolina and stuff like that. I know swamp areas and everything. And I know for the fact of one, especially alligator crocodile situation.
Mm-hmm.
What in the hell would you want to be in that area camping in the first damn place? Especially infested like that.
You know what? The only theory I think is being able to so that they can't track your scent, can't track your footprints, so on and so forth. That's the part that I think. That's why.
Well, being in the water, yeah, because the water, you can't. If a person walks through the water, a dog ain't going to be able to pick up scent. It's going to stop straight right there. And they're saying that 70%, if not more, of the reserve is water. So it kind of puts in a question. Okay, yes, why are they still searching that area? Yes, I know they're trying to look for clues and stuff like that, but are they actually looking for clues or actually looking for the person?
Yeah, I to me, I feel like they're spending the hundreds of thousands of dollars a day that is being wasted. I think it's being wasted on that area. I think it's being wasted on that manpower, and that money. At least $200,000 a day. Do you understand that? $200,000. That is
I wish I had that.
That's the price of a really nice house. Okay, a day that they could be spending on people to go out to other areas, go into the hills, the Appalachian Mountains, and all that stuff, and do their work. Start combing. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think about this. You know, real quick, and let me add Voices in the house. Hello, Voices. How you doing, sweetheart? And where are you calling in from?
Yeah, well, I'm right here in Wyoming, honey.
Hi, Wyoming. Oh, very interesting. I'm going to ask you some questions here very, very quickly. But before I do that, everybody who's watching right now, please hit that like button down below. I hate to do that, but I got to. This is how we survive. Okay. And please Crush that subscribe button, okay? Send that subscribe button all the way up. Smash it, destroy it, break your screen, crush it so hard it destroys the world. I don't know. Okay? Just do me a favor. Let me know that you are a subscriber of the show by hitting that subscribe button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Voices. What are your thoughts on
Well,
this?
I just want to, number one, I want to remind everybody that it's your Fifth Amendment right.
Yes.
It's your constitutional right to get an attorney.
Facts.
And as a missing persons advocate, that is one of the first things that we recommend families do when they have a missing loved one is to get an attorney. This way,
good point.
People can't misconstrue your words.
You got a point there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I understand getting, okay, here it is. I understand protection. I understand having somebody there to legally protect you. I get that.
Yes.
So you don't get tagged in, or you don't get thrown into something, or you don't say something that's incriminating that you didn't mean to say, but then next thing you know, you're a prime suspect. I get all that stuff. I get that.
Yep.
The main question remains, regardless if you have a lawyer or not, why not cooperate with law enforcement so that you can bring your son home and bring justice for this young woman? Period.
I agree with that fully. 100%. I agree with that fully. Shame
right
on the
now-
parents for not doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And
'cause right
shame on
now,
him for running away.
Yeah, because
Absolutely.
right now, the warrant and the indictment's only for the uses of the cards. He hasn't been
Unauthorized
fully
use of a debit card, yes.
Yeah, he hasn't been fully charged for anything else. So personally, it'd be more of a slap of the wrist if he just comes in and takes the blunt of what happened, because he may be completely innocent. Who knows?
Honey, don't you think that the moment that they get him in there, the charges aren't going to change?
Well, no, they may change, but the thing is, though, it's going to be less of a. To me, I believe I don't know exactly how the Justice Department works, but I would believe that if he turned himself in, the discipline may be less on him.
No, that's not how the justice system works. If you're guilty, you're guilty.
Well, I know that.
You can't just go say, well, hey, I know I did this, but I'm going to come turn myself in. Can you go easy on me? Bullshit.
No,
and
what
somebody
I
that's
mean-
already wasted the time for doing that would have been September 11th, the day Gabby
no,
was
I agree.
reported missing.
No, I agree
At
with
this
that.
point, even if he turns himself in, do you realize there's been upwards of $1.2 million spent in resources looking for this asshat?
Oh yeah, I know. But what I mean by if he turns himself in, he doesn't have to worry about getting tackled or getting hurt himself. That's what I mean by that.
That again, the time for doing that would have been September 11th.
Oh no,
At this
I agree.
point, anybody should tackle his ass and beat him with a rock.
Yeah.
He is a bad dude.
He is a very, very bad dude. Allegedly, because of course we have to say that, of course. But my opinions about this situation. Everything is mucked up with this situation. The law enforcement dragged their feet on this situation. They dragged their feet even more afterwards. They kept dragging their feet.
Well, the Florida side did, but not the Wyoming side.
No.
You have to clarify when you say that.
Fair enough. Voices. What I mean is, when it comes to the Wyoming, yes, they were straight on it. We already know that, right? And thanks to social media as well, the power of social media, we were able to find out what was going on at Grand Teton, right? And find her body. But as far as the Florida law enforcement, they really dragged their feet on the situation. And from my understanding, they are doing investigation into the law enforcement themselves right now because of how they dragged their feet on the situation in Florida, revolving around Brian Laundrie and his missing persons case. We clearly know he's out here hiding. Where he is, we don't know. But Voices and Fenton, thank you so much for being on. I really do appreciate it.
Oh, no problem, very welcome. Did you have Wyoming questions?
Oh, no, I didn't. You know,
Okay.
I think we covered what we needed to cover. But Voices, I appreciate you coming on. And but you know, actually, you know what is going on? And I'll ask you that real quick. Fenton, thank you so much for coming on. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much, brother. All right,
You
I'm gonna
too,
let
man.
you go.
Have a good day.
Peace. Quick question for you, Voices. What's going on in Wyoming right now?
Well, they've done their investigation. The crime scene has been released. People need to remember that the ashes that were found where the marker was found, that was from one of the searchers going and honoring Gabby.
Mm-hmm.
You have to remember that we were in a burn ban this summer. You could not have any open fire in the mountains. We were on a burn ban. So, and in order for it to be a hot enough temperature, like that would have had to have been a big fire, and that would have alerted somebody. There are forest rangers that are running those roads constantly.
Interesting. That's very interesting.
That actually came from another social media person who went to the location, and they had a little fire there in remembrance of Gabby.
That's very, you know, like I said, that's very interesting. Because obviously there's so much still going on. You know, we still have.
Honey, I can take you I can point everybody right to the live where it happened, because it was set up with another YouTuber for them to go out there.
Oh, okay. I mean,
so, and yeah, like I'm not coming up here just to fill you full of bullshit for what the ashes were.
No, never thought that. So you're saying as far as the ashes, they are I mean, of course we are. That's the thing. We are all trying to figure out whether or not the ashes were.
They were not her body. Her body was found in a grove of trees. She had been out there 3 weeks and a day. You have to understand the decomposition that will happen.
Which we talked about.
And she was out in nature, and you have to understand that in that part of the country, not only do you have your bugs, your flies, but then there's bear, there's elk, there's moose, there's deer, there's wolverines, there's badgers.
Right. I mean, there's nature, in which which I talked about a little bit ago. Just talking about obviously the only way that they were able to identify her body was through her tattoos, which makes you wonder what happened to her face, if her face was unrecognizable. But we also put out those other ideas, like there's plenty of
because of a body
cultures.
being left out in nature. Yes,
exactly. Birds, nature, just in general, the harsh temperatures and all that stuff can really do something to a body. Go ahead.
And we've been very warm here. We've been very warm here.
Yeah.
We've been still. It's getting, now we're getting to the point where we're down into the 30s and 40s at night, but we're still getting up into the 80s during the day.
Yeah. So it's still warm.
Yeah.
It's still warm out here, and God knows how long she's been out there too. So you add that in as well. Voices.
Well, you have to think about the indictment. The indictment gives you your dates.
True, but true. It does give us the dates. But like I said, still being out there for so long. Still, there's a lot of time in there. But Voices, thank you so much for being on. I really do.
Hey, you're welcome. Thanks for letting me hop up. I appreciate it. I just wanted to fill you guys in on what we had from our side.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Bye, honey.
Peace. So yeah, guys, I mean, that's and of course I misspoke. I meant Wyoming. They're investigating the situation where they ran into their only sighting of Gabby Petito with the body cam footage and everything. So they are investigating that whole situation right now in Wyoming, not in Florida, but in Wyoming. So that's the thing I wanted to reiterate and make sure that was clear and clearly stated here in this situation. I do have the phone lines open. I'm going to get rid of the video chat here real quick, so that I can see what's going on. Oh, I'm sorry. In Utah. Wow, it's blowing up. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name and where you calling from? I'm sorry, I'm reading something really quick. My bad. I meant Utah, not Wyoming. That is the last time that they saw her in Moab. I wanted to make sure that's abundantly clear because I don't want to say anything wrong here. So they are investigating the cops involved with that situation with the body cam footage that happened in Moab, Utah. I just want to make that abundantly clear because I don't want to misspeak or talk wrong because I was wrong, okay? I misspoke. I meant Utah, not Florida or Wyoming, just to make that abundantly clear. Okay, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Ashley. I'm calling from Montana.
Hi, Ashley from Montana. Speak on it.
I don't know. First, I want to just say that all these people that are supposedly seeing bald Brian everywhere, I doubt that he looks like that anymore. Brian on the run does not look like Brian in all the videos.
Yeah, that I'm sure he has what somebody said in the comment, probably shaved his beard, maybe wearing a beard, or wearing a wig, or maybe just wearing low hats, very, very low, and just trying to come off as a completely different person. So there is so many different levels of speculation and ideas trickling out here for sure.
Yeah. Also, all of this came from the park rangers, and apparently there's 2 separate crime scenes that happened. So there's one that happened in the creek bed, and the FBI took all of the rocks out of the creek bed. And then all of the crime scene markers go in a direct diagonal line to where her body was found.
That's wild.
So I don't know if she was running from him or if he dragged her over there and left her there, but it sounds horrific.
Yeah, like I said, the only person, or I feel like the only persons that know anything are the Laundrie family, the son and the parents. And I think that lawyer too.
That's for sure.
I really do think that there's a lot of people out here that are, that a lot of that family knows exactly what went down. That's what I think. Absolutely. But thank you so much for calling in. I'm sorry I have to kind of grab some of these phone calls, but thank you so much. Have a good one, okay?
No problem.
All right.
Yep, bye.
Bye. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello.
Hello. You're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Well, my name is JD, and I'm in West Virginia.
All right. Thank you, JD, for coming
Expecting
in.
you to answer. I'm sorry.
Say that again.
I said I wasn't expecting you to answer. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. The phone lines are just are flooding like crazy, so I'm just picking as they come in. But what's on your mind? Speak on it.
I got a lot of things on my mind. I mean, I don't know where Brian is, obviously, but the dog, he's really got me like upset. I think the dog going in there was terrible. He shouldn't have done it. He should have reached out to him privately.
Hello? Hello? I lost her. Try calling back again, sweetheart. But I do agree. Dog coming in, I think could have been there could have been a better way of doing that and handling that side of the situation. I think he did that for show, but that's just my personal opinion. Hey, you're on the mic with the Pascal Show. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Pascal. My name is Amy, and I'm calling from Arkansas.
Hi, Amy from Arkansas. What's on your mind? Speak on it.
Okay, I am a full-time RVer, and I sold my house back in 2017 and have lived around the lakes of Arkansas, so I relate to these kids. Okay. I'm a mother. I have a daughter and a son-in-law that are Gabby and Brian's age. I just came home from Virginia Beach from going out to Virginia Beach and visiting them. In regards to this case, what I want to say is that first, I don't think that he's in those swamps. If he is, he's dead by now. John Walsh made a comment about how he thinks the parents on the camping trip went up to the Northwest Panhandle, because he mentioned that it was easy to take a ferry from there to, I believe, the Bahamas.
So the Bahamas, yeah.
That all you have to have is a COVID vaccine thing and whatever, which I kind of don't think. I think this kid's probably an anti-vaxxer.
Maybe.
Just judging from the comments that he's made. So I would highly doubt that he has a vaccine passport or anything.
Right. And
I could be
it's
wrong.
going to be tough for him to travel if that's the case. If that's the case, it might
Right,
be a
and
little tough.
especially if he don't have a driver's license with him. I mean, we had to show our driver's license at every single airport that we stopped in.
Right.
So he's not getting on a plane without an ID.
Absolutely.
And the ticket's got to be booked in his name. It can't be booked in anybody else's name. So they would have already been able to find it if he had bought any kind of plane ticket or anything like that. I don't know what made John Walsh say what he said about the parents going on the camping trip up to Northwest the Panhandle, but people have made a lot of comment about the book he was reading, Annihilation.
Right. And Lullaby.
That story takes place in the Northwest Panhandle at St. Mark's Wildlife Refugee Place Park or whatever, known as Area X. I think that they should at least get some small group of people to start looking up there, because if he's in that swamp and he's alive, he is surrounded. He is not getting out of there.
Yeah.
He's got to know that they're looking for him. If he's sitting here,
right. It doesn't make any sense. And my
with
question,
helicopters and drones and stuff.
right. And my question is this: if him dead, okay, if him dead, wouldn't his body be floating somewhere? Somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I'm just saying.
I totally believe that it would, because
they would have found him.
Yeah, he's bloated by now. He's bloated by now.
Exactly. They would have found him by now. That's just my personal opinion. But Amy, thank you so much for calling in. I really do appreciate it, sweetheart. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Love your show.
Thank you so much, sweetheart. Bye.
Bye.
I think, when it comes to this, I can maybe take one or two more phone calls, but they have to be very, very quick if you are going to call in. Okay. Just to make it abundantly clear. Okay. I got a couple more minutes. You on the mic with the Pascal Show? What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Robert, and I'm calling from Beloit, Wisconsin.
What's up, Wisconsin, the cheese state? How you doing, man? What's on your mind? Speak on it.
Well, I just moved here about 6 years ago from North Miami Beach, Florida.
Right on.
And in my opinion, I really don't think he's hiding out in that reserve, because there's one thing about Florida that people are not talking about. When you go camping, you got to plan for it, what time of year it is, the weather that will be coming up. And one of the things that South Florida faces are hurricanes and tropical storms.
Mm-hmm.
Normally the summer is declared as hurricane season, but it can also bleed all the way through to October. So you're talking about heavy rains, thunder, lightning, high winds, even if it's just a tropical storm. And the only thing that separates a tropical storm from a hurricane is the wind speed.
Mm.
So if you're planning a trip, the one place you don't want to be camping in during hurricane season is in a swamp.
Good point.
That's why I got a funny feeling that, he's not there. I mean, they keep experiencing rain.
True.
It's like they said, they covered, 70%, 75% of it. There's a lot of water on the land. That's not ideal. And I tell you, the one thing that's besides the alligators are the mosquitoes. They have a license to fly. Okay.
No.
they're that bad.
Yeah, they're terrible. They run rampant up in that piece, man. especially if you're sitting there. Like that's their best. They're living the best life in the swamp. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, they don't die over there. They multiply. So I'm with you on that 100%. I really, really don't think, in my heart of hearts, I think they're wasting their time and money, hard-earned taxpayer money, looking in the swamps, and they should be looking elsewhere for sure.
Now, I've been keeping up with this since I guess it first aired, and the one thing that really perturbed me was all of a sudden I'm watching a video clip, was it yesterday or late last night before, of Dog the Bounty Hunter showing up, and I thought to myself, what the hell does he want? Why is he showing up late in this investigation to throw in his 2 cents?
Thank you. My thoughts exactly. I'm
old. I'm 51 years old, and I grew up with the Adam Walsh story. I even watched the movie that they made about, I can understand John Walsh's point of view, but I don't agree with his language.
Right.
The comments, they were very savage. And I promise you this, he's going to face some backlash on this. Maybe not right now. Maybe when the investigation is closed and is done and over with, but he's going to face some backlash on this because, you got a lot of people who got their eyes on this case. This is probably one of the most high-profile cases I've ever seen in my life.
It's insane. It's insane how much coverage this has had. It is wild. And the thing is what sucks is that we still don't know what's going on, y'all. Still, shoot,
we
got
a lot of people on, on social media, the web, everybody doing their own little investigation.
Of course.
But I think sometimes these shows like, NCIS, Law and Order, all these, crime shows,
right,
that I think they kind of put ideas into people's heads.
Oh yeah,
and they forget that we have a protocol to follow.
And it's so funny because you just made me think of a show that's on Hulu right now called Murders in the Building or something. Like Only Murders in the Building. It's I forgot his name right now. Steve something. He's Martin Short and Steve Martin are in this show, and it's about people who listen to true crime podcasts, but then start like a murder happens in their apartment building, and they start their own true crime podcast covering the murder case of this literal thing. And it's just funny how everybody out here thinks that they are Sherlock Holmes up in this piece, and for me, it's like, well, we got to sit back, we got to wait, and we got to see what really is going to go down. We're not going to be able to crack the case as well as we'd like to, because like I said, we don't know everything yet. You know what I mean? We really don't know everything yet. And we're only going to know more when we hear it from the horse's mouth itself or the parents. And I wish the parents would step forward and just speak up and keep it real.
I think that's what got a lot of people aggravated, is that the parents are, exercising that Fifth Amendment right a little too extreme.
Yes.
Now I'm going to make one more comment because I'm pretty sure you got another caller.
Sure, please.
I'm thinking, now this is going to be on the humorous side.
Please.
I think we're sending in all the wrong people to search for this guy. You don't send in the police, the FBI, the DEA, or whatever organization. You're sending in all the wrong people. You can't even send in the military. The organization you need to send in to find him is child support. They will find him.
Bruh just said, you got jokes, man. I like that. That was funny. They would find his ass. He'd be in a dumpster somewhere. They'd be like, yo,
quick. I said the same thing back when we were looking for Osama bin Laden.
I'm done. I am done, yo. Oh my God, that's hilarious. But thank you so much for coming on and chopping it up with me. That's hilarious, though. You got me weak, bruh. Thank you. Thank you for that.
I'll tell you, I'm enjoying the show. I subscribed. I hit like, and hopefully next month I can join your party.
Let's go. Let's go.
And support you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much, my brother. You have a blessed one, all right?
You too, sir.
All right, man. Peace.
Right, bye-bye.
That was funny. Child support, bruh. They be finding them everywhere, like by the way. If you owe some child support, they will find your ass. They don't care. But anyway, guys, I wanted to say thank you, guys. That is the show for today. I wanted to say a big thank you to everybody who came on, was a part of the conversation and all that. Please, guys, if you haven't done that, please go hit that subscribe button, okay? please hit that subscribe button. Crush it, crush it, crush it. We will be covering a lot of this stuff. If there's anything more developing news, more developing stories revolving around the Gabby Petito, Brian Laundrie story or case, all right, we will be talking about it. We will be covering it like crazy. All right, hit that like button down below. I can't believe how many people, how many souls came into the show today. It has been amazing. And I would love to have you guys back on the show again, because we do talk about a lot of stuff. Like I said, let me throw this subscribe button thing again up here. We talk about a lot of different stuff other than just Gabby Petito and Brian Laundrie. We talk about a gang of stuff on this show. So please do me that solid. Hit that subscribe button and please support the show. Hit that join button, or you can follow me and my crazy behind the scenes antics on patreon.com/the Pascal Show. We got a bunch of stuff coming up in the middle of this week that's going to be insane. And a lot of it's only going to be exclusively on Patreon. So please go over there, patreon.com/the Pascal Show. Check it out. Click on one of the tiers. You know, whatever you can afford, please. It would be greatly appreciated. We would really, really appreciate you being a part of that platform and being a patron of this show. Okay, I will be on tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, unless something else pops off from here until tomorrow morning. Most likely I will hop on and I will break the story. I mean, as quickly as I can, because I got things to do this afternoon, but I will try to jump on here and break the story as quickly as I can. Okay. So I appreciate everybody for being on. Please share this feed. Please let people know about this show. I'd really appreciate it. To all you wonderful souls out there, stay blessed out there. Do something dope today. Also, I will say this too, and let me kill this music really quick. See, I always think I'm gonna leave, and then I gotta kill the music. Classic me. But I do want to say that today they are laying Gabby Petito's body to rest. They are doing the ceremonies today. I'm sure that they are happening right now as we speak, or have already happened. And I do want to say to the family, to all the loved ones that are mourning her death right now, I send heartfelt condolences to the family and to her close friends that have lost that lost somebody that was very important to them. And I really do hope that by doing these kinds of shows and being able to bring in other people talking about this stuff, bringing out the evidence, debunking some things, confirming certain things, I'm hoping that it can be a small instrument in helping bring justice for this young woman and bring this man in so that we can actually find out what really went down with Gabby Petito and why she is no longer here. So anyway, I'm going to put the music back on. Again, guys, thank you so much for being on. As always, y'all are amazing. Y'all are rock stars. For all you new people who came into view, I really do appreciate it. Okay, hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell as well so that you know when I go live, because sometimes it's sporadic, like this morning show. You know when I'm live, okay? But anyway, be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I will see you guys very, very soon. I'll probably see you guys tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, right here on The Pascal Show. So I'll see you guys soon. This is The Pascal Show. Bye.